Hello, everybody.
The manager wants to have a chat with his pitcher.
Hear that? It's the wonderful sound of MVP Baseball 2005, and I can hear myself, so I need to make sure that the wonderful I'm watching is muted. And now it is. Oops. Well, now you can see this is MVP Baseball 2005 on the Gamecube. First time trying out a capture card I bought for cheap on Amazon. And why don't we start... I unfortunately turned off all the music because this game is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing, but I don't have the rights to use those songs. So, especially for the YouTube archive, unfortunately no music. We're going to start a new owner mode here. I think that'll be fun. We'll try and turn a team into a contender. So, this video game, obviously, 2005 is when it came out. It's the very last Major League Baseball game in the series after this year. So, 2005 is an interesting time for video games, especially sports video games. I mean, you had the GameCube, you had the PS2, and the original Xbox. 3 companies that are still around today making consoles and things. So, this game was I think EA's best game series. Their triple play series, not so great, but when they went to MVP after 2003, they really hit their stride with 04 and 05, and they're awesome. The thing is about 2005 is that the same year, if you remember NFL 2K5, also a phenomenal game. 2K5 was $20, really good, sold really well. EA didn't like that. Remember, they have their Madden series that they wanted to have more sales. So they had bought exclusivity after that game came out in the fall of 2004. Well, 2K came back and was like, fine, we are going to have the only baseball game then, at least among a third party. So that's why MLB The Show exists and started, of course, right after that deal was struck. But so that's why MLB 2K lived on. MVP Baseball ended up living on in some college games. Actually, let me grab those just out of frame. I'm actually going to grab out the entire game series, because I own every single game in the MVP Baseball series. It only lasted, friggin' 3 years. Thank you for the follow, RTF Sycamore. I believe that's my friend Cody. Thank you, my old coworker. And that's live for you. Should have seen that coming. Let me see here. Pick everything up first off the ground. Put them somewhere that's not going to be an issue. And hold on, let me take off my headphones to grab the rest of the games. So, story time. When the pandemic started, I was like, I should really work on collecting some video games and things. I had a little extra money, and I was like, what games to collect? Because a lot of games are very expensive, especially, certain retro games that are really popular. So I decided to start collecting because I loved MVP Baseball. I already had owned it I had owned it for the GameCube, for the PSP, where it's just MVP Baseball, and for the PC. So I'm like, well, I'm already kind of on my way to collecting that, and it's not going to be an expensive collection. So, through the power of eBay and some other things, I was able to get MVP Baseball 2003, which only came out on the Xbox and the PS2. So I have those. At the very least, I believe all of them are disc and case. A couple, I think most of them are complete. These two are for MVP 03. So moving on to 04, where that was the first one that I had released on the GameCube. This is my childhood copy of the game. I did not keep the manual. I did keep the GameCube warning, though. So, that one. Actually, let me make the webcam bigger so you can see it, so you guys can see this. We'll come back to the game. Ah, there we go. Much better. So, as you can see, I also have MVP Baseball 2004 on the original Xbox and the PS2. Mind you, I don't own either of these consoles, but figured it would be cool to collect that. And then I also have it for PC. I didn't even know it came out on PC. And I didn't realize that 03 never came out on the GameCube. So that's fun for MVP 03 and 04. Now, like I said, 05 was the big time for the series, the best game and also the last one. Let me put those first couple games away, and I will get through all the copies of 2005 that I own. Which, yes, I know, it sounds like I'm crazy. I might be. Back in the drawer. So, MVP Baseball 2005. So let's see here. The Xbox. Oh, look, it's Xbox Live Online enabled. So that's good. That's complete in box, that copy. Have a couple for the GameCube because I got a gift. I got one as a gift. I found an old copy. Yeah, just various reasons. So this one is empty because obviously I'm using one of the GameCube discs. And that's right, one of them doesn't actually work. So that one actually does have the, if you look, that one does have the manual, but the disc in here does not work. So I still have it, not going to throw it away. And then this one is the disc and a memory card. I'm not sure what this memory card is for or anything. Well, I guess I have another GameCube memory card. Cool. Have to check it out. So then, one more on the PS2. So the series technically... Oh, wait, no, there are a couple more of MVP 05. I forgot there are a couple more. So there's also the PC version, which I had bought a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure is much more expensive now because it wasn't that popular. And actually, it's the oldest video game that I think I have that got a roster update. It got several, like 5 of them throughout the season. And so if you're playing the PC version, which I don't think works too well with Windows 10, I haven't really messed with it too much. It actually comes on 2 CDs, of all things. What's so bizarre about MVP Baseball 2005 on the PC is that they have these roster updates, and they added a bunch of player names and likenesses, but not the player photos. So Shin-Soo Choo, of all players, is actually in the game, but he's one of many who were added because they had become major leaguers in the 05 season. And then he just kind of has that black outline one like Jeff Francis has in the game. So I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get there. And then I also own 2 copies for the PSP because one was the one that I had originally bought, came in the GameStop case all those years ago. So now I have that. And I liked playing MVP more than I liked playing the show back on PSP. So that tells you something, because even the show 5 years later, I felt that MVP was still a really good game. The graphics looked pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but it looked pretty good. Not as good as any of the consoles, obviously, but it looks better than a PS1 game on there, which some of those games look bad on the PSP. So that was one thing. And then the other stuff was... like, the Road to the Show mode was good, but not great. Those are the only 2 things that the PSP versions of Road to the Show had, even 5 years later, were the Dynasty mode. There's only a season mode on MVP on the PSP. And then they also had the Road to the Show mode, which wasn't even a thing, really. Career modes weren't a thing back in 2005. So that's all of the copies of MVP Baseball 2005 I have. Like I said, the series ended in Major League Baseball after '05. But they made a couple of NCAA baseball games. So I have it for the original Xbox, complete in box, which is good. And then I also have it for the PS2, and somebody had sent me the wrong copy. So now I have 2 copies on the PS2. So you can see they started making it for a lot more consoles, and then they went back down to just 2 consoles. No GameCube version here. And then for some reason, they made MVP 07, which after 06, I don't know how well it sold or not, but they only made it for the PS2. There is no Xbox version of this game, which seems really weird because it can't be that different from 06. It really can't be. But yet, who knows? They decided they were just going to make it for the PS2, which had the biggest install base of the consoles at the time, so who knows? But yeah, that's wasn't that expensive, but now I have a full collection of MVP Baseball, every single release, every single system that every single one of the games came out on. I've actually never played 03 because I never owned a PS2 or an Xbox, so I've never played it. Granted, I've heard that it wasn't as good. Like the Dynasty mode it didn't have real dollars in it. It only had like a fake currency, so that's not great. And then 05 added the owner mode, which is my favorite thing. And as you can see, we're going to get started with the new owner mode here in a few minutes. Let me just put these games back, and then we will get started. Dropping stuff left and right. There we go. Let me get the headphones back on. And we can get back to the game. So, we'll start up a new owner mode here. Yes, that's team chemistry. We know how that stuff all works. We'll use the regular profile. Now, we could use the default rosters. Or, since I have unlocked every single player in the game, all the historic players and the historic teams, we could do that, and we could also do a fantasy draft. And I think that would be fun. So we'll actually no default rosters. So Bob Feller, Satchel Paige, Babe Ruth could be on the Indians, or whichever team we decide to pick. If no one puts anything in the chat, I will pick the Indians. We'll also do a fantasy draft for players and staff. Might as well. So we'll do no for default rosters. Yes for a fantasy player draft. In fact, we'll do it for all 4 levels. Let's go big on this. Yeah. And we will do a random draft order. I don't want to be first. We're going to be random. Fantasy staff draft, yes, as well. And we're going to be random for that. And let's do this on MVP difficulty. Yeah. Now, we are going to use Unlockable Players. This is going to be a very weird and unusual owner mode, because there are going to be the historic players who will also have contracts, and then what are you supposed to do with them when you have a 30-year-old, when you have a 30-year-old Hall of Famer who's like the best pitcher in the league? But I think that would be fun. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes with that. Now, we'll have the trade deadline on, CPU trades, fair trades on budgets. Let's do budgets at let's do budgets on small or large, small, medium, or large. We'll come back to that. So the DH rule. Trying to decide if I want to do it in the AL, the NL, or both. Or to not have any DH. That would be interesting. I think we should do the DH in both leagues. And the reason I suggest that is because I think it's going to be in both leagues sooner or later. So there's that, you know? I just think maybe we should do that. So let me quickly check, though. Let's see. November 6, 2020. NBC Sports says there will not be a DH in the NL in 2021, but let's just put one in. Let's just put one in for both leagues. It's not worth, a waste of time to do that. So might as well. Let's see. I'm trying to mess with some of these extensions as well here. So trying to see what I can do here. I'm trying to mess with these extensions that I've never used before. So let's see if I can do that. By the way, if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe to me. And so I think then you can just subscribe with your Twitch Prime. It doesn't cost you anything, but I get some bonuses, which is nice. So let's see what I can do here. Doesn't really let me do much with some of these. What is this extension? Interesting. Grant. I'm just trying to mess around with these things. I've never used a lot of them before. Man, you can use battle.net and all this other stuff. I'm not worried about that, really. Everything seems to be connected, so we're fine. Let me just see what I can do about getting rid of some of these from appearing all the time. They don't all need to be so visible on the stream all the time. They take away from the game. So let me just quickly get rid of those. I think they're good now. Yeah, they're gone. Everything's gone there, so we're good. It's more of a clean feed. So back to where we were. So we'll do the DH in both leagues. And we will also do... Let's do large budgets. Why not? Large budgets seems fine. So, let's see here. I know, I've been doing the Pokemon stuff for the past couple days, and I will do it again. I'll come back to the Pokemon Red randomized Nuzlocke. Thank you if you've been tuning into that. I'll come back to that at some point, but for now, we're going to play a little sports game here. And actually, I may drag down the PS3 and play NCAA football and NCAA basketball. Because I love these owner modes, these GM modes. And those games are a little older, but they're still very fun. So let's accept that. And then we're going to get started. It's going to be a very long draft, but I think as long as we get through it, and I'll probably halfway through AAA, once it's all guys who I'm like, I don't know who any of you are, we'll just sim that, and then we'll go to staff. So if there's anyone that you guys really want me to draft, leave the names in the chat. Let me know, and I will happily take these guys. I'm not going to be picky about it, truly. So let's get started here. We are picking 18th. Okay, so not the best, but not terrible. This is actually a straight draft. So more than likely, the Dodgers, Tigers, Devil Rays, because this is 2005, Mariners, and Royals are all going to be very good, and we're going to be fine. Okay, so, it's starting with staff. Interesting. So let's pick could do a trainer, amateur scout. Oh, that guy's a really good scout. I may want him to be the MLB scout. Yeah, we're going to either get... I mean, I can always find a different manager. I'm sure that there'll be a good manager. I really think the scout guy, that guy, I mean, 89 for hitting, 82 for pitching, and those are the worst ones. I mean, that just seems like a no-brainer Let's pick him. Let's see that. J. Estelella. Great. So now, we still need to get a... Oh my god, Bruce Bochy. He was the Padres manager. Lest we forget. So, we are going to take Bruce Bochy. I think... No, not him. We're not going to take Bruce Bochy. But good lord, that mustache. Although that's not Eric Wedge's best mustache, but he had a pretty good one. Lloyd McClendon. So let's see. We don't really... I want to get who's the best guy. So we have a hitting coach who can really do everything but getting guys to walk more. This guy might be a little more well-rounded, but he may be available next round. I'm thinking the pitching coach may be good. Stamina, movement, control, pickoff. That's pretty good for the pitching coach. I realize I'm drafting a pitching coach before drafting a manager. But then again, let's look at scouts here and then trainers. That trainer's pretty good. I think let's get this guy as the minor scout. He's so much better than everybody else. He seems like he might be like the second best scout. So let's take H. Hernandez. Yeah, Bochy's still available. So we're fine because I think all the other teams took managers first. And then they're probably just going one by one. So they haven't picked the pitching coach guy yet. I think we'll take him as the MLB pitching coach. Jay Lidge. Let's see what's next. Okay. So we have a hitting coach still we need. Still need a minors pitching coach. And that really good trainer's still an option. 93 recovery, 99 durability. I mean, if we're healthy, that's better. So let's do that. Let's take Jay Burrell as the trainer. MLB manager, minors manager. We still need 2 hitting coaches, a minors pitching coach, and an amateur scout. I feel like an amateur scout, we want him to have a really good potential rating. And some of these guys lower down have really good potential ratings. Because that's what we care about out of the draft, right? So, MLB manager, do I want Bruce Bochy? I definitely don't want Ozzie Guillen. Because that's the other thing. These guys aren't going to be the managers for your team forever. So, they could retire and things. I really like this guy. I just don't like that he doesn't have a good plate discipline number. But he seems to be the best option available for a hitting coach. And he's much better than everyone else. So let's just take him as our MLB hitting coach. F. Carp. Okay. Still available, Bruce Bochy is. This guy, Henry. Not great with control, but pretty good with the other stuff. Maybe he'd be a good minors coach. I don't know that I want this guy with only an 80 potential for the amateur scout. So we'll come back. Let's go with, is there somebody who has a really high plate discipline number that we might want? Because, I mean, this is 05. Walks, people don't realize how valuable walks are yet. They're all kind of the same, these hitting coaches. Let's go with this guy as the Henry, Jay Henry, as the minors pitching coach. Bruce Bochy's still available if we want him. So we still need a minors hitting coach, an amateur scout, and then 2 managers. So we could get this guy as the minors hitting coach, which, decent contact, solid plate discipline. I think we're good since we'll take him, and then we'll go and get a manager next. Yes. Well, Bruce Bochy is going to land in our laps, it looks like, since I don't think there's anybody else who's... The scout's good, but I don't know that we want him as our amateur scout that much compared to getting someone who I think could do better with potential. So, Bruce Bochy, welcome to the team. We have our MLB manager. We still have our minors manager. And that scout is still available. Amateur scout. Let's just take him since he's significantly better than everyone else. I mean, clearly, these other guys, even if they have a high potential rating, they're so bad at some of this other stuff that, you know, we should probably be smart about this. Kane it is. All right, I think Miner's Manager is the only one left. So, are we going to take the guy who will teach our players how to field really well? No. Coco, no. I'd like someone who's more well-rounded for the Miner's Manager. 99 for pitching. Do we want to turn this Indians squad into an unbelievably good pitching factory, kind of like the real-life Indians? Just making sure I'm not missing anything on the phone. I mean, this guy would make really good hitters for the Miners Manager. I don't know how much these guys actually do, though. That's the thing for this game. I just don't know that they make that much of a difference. So, do I want to go with the best guy overall, who's not that much better than the guy who is a 99 for pitching and not that great for everything else? This guy's not great. So, let's do some math. Let's do some quick math here. What's the total for all of this? Let's do the math. I'm opening up the calculator even to do it. Let's see. 57 plus 68 plus 98 plus 41. That is 264. This guy, 99 plus 57 plus 55 plus 37, that's 248. So it's not that much of a difference. Let's just go with the best guy. LeCroy, great. And that's it for staff, I assume? Yeah, that's it for staff. Oh, this is good news. We're going to be fine on players. Awesome. We are picking 5th in the player draft. Something tells me Babe Ruth won't be available, but that's okay. 5th is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Man, the Tigers got some good coaches, and they're still up there. The Dodgers, too. I don't know how they randomized it, but we'll take 5th. We will happily take 5th. Let's get started here. So, who do we want with the first pick? Vladimir Guerrero at this point is 29. Albert Pujols is only 25, and he's Albert Pujols. Now, these guys, the fake players, the historic players, I should say, not fake, they are all 29 or 30. Despite the fact that Satchel Paige, I mean, he was like in his 50s when he was a major league pitcher. So, we could get him. I'm thinking 25-year-old Albert Pujols. That's a guy you build around for a lot of years. I mean, he's Albert Pujols. He was very good in the 2000s, and this is the middle of the 2000s. So, oh yeah, and then we have this is who we're going to pick with the first selection. So, in order to unlock everybody in the game, let me tell you, this is a fake player who I created, the only one, mind you, because the way that the game works is to unlock everything, all the players, all the historic jerseys, all of that stuff, you need to name a player Katie Roy. So I decided I'm going to create Katie Roy. Maybe I shouldn't have made Katie Roy so good. Now, there are some other glitches where you can make a guy named Eric Kiss, who in sim games is fine, but if you actually play the game, has like a twig bat and can only hit it right back to the pitcher, essentially. There were these guys, Patterson, you could name them, and they would, like Jacob Patterson was the famous one, and he just had this massive baseball bat that looked so big that he would just hit so many home runs. So, maybe it's cheating, but we're going to take Katie Roy because 17 years old, 7 foot, 296. Shortstop who can play anywhere on the diamond. Very good. Yes, it's slightly cheating, but we're gonna do it. Yes. If you guys don't like it, let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat, and I can change it. Okay. Next up, 30-year-old Scott Rowland, 29-year-old Warren Spahn, 25-year-old Adrian Beltran. Guy only retired a couple years ago, and he was good. He could be our third baseman. He's only 25. A lot of these other guys are much older. And if we're trying to build a team for the future, do we want to draft someone who's like a 29, 30-year-old starter? Or do we want to draft the 25-year-old who could be a cornerstone, coming off a season where he had 200 hits, 48 homers, hit 334. Really good against righties, fine against, playable against lefties. He's not as good as Scott Rowland is now, but for the next 3 years, he'll definitely be better, in 3 years. So let's go with Beltran. And then let's get a pitcher. Not him. Definitely not him. Let's see. 37-27. Ben Sheets. Man, he was good. He was good. And then he got hurt, and then he had a resurgence in Oakland. Barry Zito at 26. Probably a good option. This is when he was pretty good in Oakland. Not the best in 2004, but he's still, he's Barry Zito. I think we'll go with him as our ace. In the getting into his prime. Bob Lemon, career Indian. I think we have to if he's the best player available. Let's take him. Let's do it. Early Win, also a former Indian, Hall of Famer. Bob Lemon there. Jim Bunning. Chris Carpenter, same age. Mark Burley, only 26. It feels like he pitched forever. And I have a special place in my heart for a Hall of Very Good guy like Mark Burley. Let's take him. So now we have 2 infielders and 3 starting pitchers who are all very good. Do we want to draft a different position? All of these great players are starting pitchers. All of these guys. Greinke's only 21. That may be a good one if we want to reach. Mussina's 36. Glavin's 39. Moyer's 42. No, thank you. These are guys are... Rich Harden, who ended up having a solid career in Chicago a little bit later once he got healthy again. He might not be bad. Derek Lowe, Matt Clement. Jake Westbrook's 27. Dontrell Willis is only 23. Let's go with Harden. Harden's pretty good. He's only 23. Those 3 guys ahead of him are really old, so let's do that. Now, granted, if any of them are available, they're not. Never mind then. Let's see, so we right now have 4 starters. Let's just round out the rotation with 21-year-old Zach Greinke. He's pretty good. These other guys are a few years older. 21 is tough to pass up, especially this good at 21. And as your 5th starter, I'll take it. So we really don't need another starting pitcher. But do we want to take them and then trade them afterward? Top 100 prospect, Jeff Francis. Oh, there's CeCe. Look at that. Oh, Jeff Bagwell is an option. He's 36 at this point. Hoo-wee. Derek Lee is not bad. 29 at this point. Part of the thing is these guys are going to be cheap only for so long, and they don't do arbitration. That's one of the downsides. Justin Morneau may not be a bad option. He's not that good, though. He's really not that good in this game. Who are you? Never heard of you. So let's go back up, and but let's see who the first pick was. Let's review the draft really quickly and see who the first pick was. Lou Gehrig. Okay. Where did Babe Ruth go? Babe Ruth didn't go till 12th. Guy might be the best hitter ever. Guy didn't go till 12th. Wow. So Lou Gehrig was picked first. Pretty good stuff. Jimmy Fox, second. John Dowd, a.k.a. Barry Bonds, third. And then Walter Johnson, fourth. That makes sense. Cy Young went 6th, and then you see how good some of these guys are. Jackie Robinson going 8th. This league's going to be very confusing, but very fun. I'm looking forward to it. So let's keep going here with another position player, maybe? Maybe? I don't... These guys aren't very good. Phil Nevin's not bad, but he's 34. It's first base. I'm not going to draft a first baseman yet. Hank Blaylock's not terrible as a third baseman. It's not that good. Hey, there's Chipper. Khalil Green. Bossman Jr. No. Not feeling it. Coco Crisp is pretty good. So is Baldelli in this game. Crisp is 25. Baldelli's 23. We'll come back. Maybe we'll get a center fielder. I think that's a good option. Oh, Lou Brock. Lou Brock is a good outfielder who's very fast. I'm thinking that may be our best option here. Instead of getting a starting pitcher, we're just going to go with Lou Brock. Yeah. Good solid contact hitter. Leadoff guy. Let's do it. Again, starting pitchers. We already have 5 of them. And we really don't need a 6th right now. We don't need a first baseman. Braden Looper is the best reliever available. Okay. Again, a lot of starting pitchers. Just don't need them. This is Kevin Millar, in case you didn't know. He was not part of the Players Union. I think in 03, the guys weren't in the game at all. I don't know about 04 with how that worked. But then they created these fake players for 05. Brad Wilkerson, one of the last Expos. No. Troy Percival, he's worse than a reliever anyway. Oh, Baldelli's still available. Let's see, is Crisp still available? He is not. I think let's take Baldelli for center. So right now we have a 99 speed and then a 91 speed. So that's good. Ooh. He turned out to be a pretty good hitter. Again, all starting pitchers. We don't need another starter right now. Neither does any other team, clearly. We'll get him later. Let's think this through here. John Halaman. No. We're not getting a starting pitcher. No matter how good they might be, we're not getting one of these guys either who's, well, 20 years old. We're not going to get him right now. We're not going to get Ole Udisline either. So, do we want to draft Yachty? He really isn't that good of a hitter, but, you know, we put him 9th in the order. He's a good fielding catcher, right? Yeah, I mean, that may not be a bad one. These guys are older. He's only 22 as well, which means he'll be cheap, especially if he doesn't hit well. So that's a good idea. Sean Figgins can play anywhere, and he's fast, but he's not that good of a hitter. I think he'd still be available at some point. So I think I'm leaning toward the catcher. We don't really need a third baseman or shortstop. We don't need a center fielder. We could get Holiday, but he can't hit lefties at all. No, not feeling it. For a right fielder, let's go with Yadier Molina, who is still an active player right now. So that's done. Still, the best players available are mainly starters. Lyle Overbay's not a bad hitter. He's 28. Not the best fielder, but it's first base. I mean, we don't need anybody who's that good at fielding to play first base. Coming off a 300 season. He's a good hitter. Not a ton of power, but we have a couple other guys who can hit for power. Let's do it. Let's go with Overbay. Yeah. So we have a catcher and a first baseman there. So, okay, we need a second baseman, a right fielder, and a bunch of relief pitching. Let's look at second base first. Oh, Sean Figgins is still available. That's an easy choice. Great. He can be our 9-hitter. He's fast. Perfect. So now, we need a right fielder for sure. And then I think that's... Oh, a DH, I guess. Kevin Youkilis, who has a 95 for plate discipline. At least they figured that out. They knew he was the Greek god of walks, but he's still listed as a third baseman here. I don't think he was in Boston yet. Weird that he doesn't have a photo, because he I thought he was older than 26 at this point. Manager Aaron Boone. No. Okay, so right field, we can get Danny Bautista, Jeff Jenkins. Oh, Wiley Mo. We got to get Willie Mo Pena. That's a done deal. The guy never turned out to be anything great in real life. He's going to be something great on this fictional Indians team. Let's go. So now we need another hitter, a DH. Story about John Mabry. If you ever have somebody at the computer, even on Rookie, playing as the Cardinals, John Mabry is their best hitter. Somehow. I don't know why. He just always hits homers. I don't know how this is possible. I don't know why this happens. But he's so phenomenally, fantastically good as a hitter with the computer only as a CPU. We're not going to draft him. We could draft another starter just for depth, but I'm not worried about that. We could get a reliever like Billy Wagner on the wrong side of 30, but I mean, it's relief pitching. They're not that important, at least not in this game. We'll get another catcher at some point. First baseman, there's so many. We'll get another one who can maybe DH and platoon with somebody who's not as good against a certain type of pitching. Because I'm figuring that's how we're kind of going to want to do stuff. Oh, we could get Julio Franco, who's older than dirt. And can still hit in this game. So that's an option. He's not really fast or anything, but he played forever. And I mean ever. Maybe there's somebody who's good. Ricky Weeks, no. Utley, not really that good. At this point, Kadire can only... Oh, he can play anywhere. So that's an option, maybe. I'm thinking we need someone who can be a DH and also play something that's valuable. Lou Ford might not be bad. Lou Ford can hit. He's 28. He can hit. Let's do it. Let's get Lou Ford. Okay. So, you know, we have Lou Brock and Lou Ford. That's all we really need. Once again, the best players available are either first baseman or starting pitcher. Do we want J.C. Romero? Danny Graves was at one point a starter, but he was a reliever by this point. J.C. Romero is 28. Graves is 31. Let's go with Romero. So we have ourselves a closer. That's good. Again, a bunch of starting pitchers. Tino Martinez. And then we could get Lance Carter, who I've never heard of. Julian Tavares. Maybe. Jorge Julio's kind of young here. Do we want a long reliever / sixth starter? Conine can play first base and left field. Kyle Overbay is not bad, though, and it's not like we need another left fielder. Joaquin Benoit. Paul Shuey. Hiroshi Yoshida, isn't he a top 100 prospect? No, he's not. Just thinks he is. Huh. Who to pick? Andy Bacco turns into a good hitter. I've played this game for many, many hours. And you see who turns into a good hitter and who turns into a bad hitter or doesn't really turn things around and become a great player. Because I actually, on my old memory card, wherever it is, rest in peace, from when I was a kid, I unlocked everything in owner mode to the point that having everything unlocked, you get this cool secret stuff, and it's like a behind the scenes photos of how the game was made, and it was really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so we'll get it together at some point. Let's see here. Kirk Saarloos? No. Do we want a backup catcher? Wasn't Rob Barajas a really bad defensive catcher for a bit? I don't remember. I think it was that he couldn't throw runners out. That's what it was. Hey, it doesn't seem that bad here. Maybe a backup catcher? I don't know. Molina's not that good, and if we can find a catcher who might be able to hit a little bit against lefties, that can't hurt. You know, then we just platoon them, and then suddenly that's a little bit better, and they have days off. I like that idea, but I feel like Rob Barajas in the 16th round is really bad value. I think we gotta find somebody else, somebody better. Jay Payton, 4th outfielder maybe? You know, he's... Because we have the left fielder, center fielder, right fielder there. And then that way we have another outfielder. Unfortunately, he's not better than Willie Moe against righties. So that's not good. We could use if we're going to get a 4th outfielder, they need to be able to hit righties because Rocco Baldelli and Willie Moe Pena can't that well. Andy Chavez might be a good option. Let's see if there's somebody who's like a left fielder who can play the positions. Todd Hollinsworth can. Not bad. Juan Rivera. Okay, maybe. I'm trying to think, do we want to get a backup outfielder yet? So, let's look at what our weakest positions are. Other than the bullpen, which, let's just draft a reliever here. We'll come back, I'll think on it, and we'll come back to something else. Let's get... Oh, Chad Bradford. Age 30 at this point. Jorge Julio's only 26. Let's go with him since he's younger. I think that's probably a good move. I mean, they're also relievers. They're not that expensive. You know, I have them long term. So we can get, you know, let's go with Carter since he's the best overall. Let's do it. Okay, back to the best overall. Still a bunch of starting pitchers. No thank you. So we have a first baseman who's fine enough. I don't think we need one unless they can play another position, which they can't. So no. Okay, we have... So somebody took Barajas, so that makes that decision a little less important. Marco Scudero's not bad. Maybe to... With Figgins, I don't know. I'm just thinking we have to have guys who can pick up some slack wherever we're weak. Adrian Beltran's more pedestrian against lefties. Maybe that's where Inge comes in. He can play anywhere, so actually that's not a bad platoon option then. Because he'll play somewhere against lefties because he can hit lefties. And then he's just a backup against righties and doesn't really play against them much. I think that's good. Julio Lugo. I think we need someone who can hit righties better, though. Since Molina's fine. Overbay's good. But a lot of these guys are worse against righties. So, no. Beltran notwithstanding. Obviously, Lou Brock notwithstanding. Lou Ford, it depends on how you look at it. So, Baldelli can't really hit righties. Neither can Willie Moe. I think we need a right... Somebody who can hit righties who plays the outfield. So... Gary Matthews Jr., maybe. He's not bad. Against righties, Quentin McCracken isn't bad against righties either. These two guys have the exact same stats. Yeah, identical. The only difference is range is slightly different for these two guys. They're both center fielders who can't play anywhere else. Interesting. No, not Jason Michaels. No, thank you. Grady can't really hit anybody, so that's not great. David DeJesus can hit righties, so that may be a good option in the outfield. We'll come back to center fielders. Let's see about left and right fielders. BJ Surhoff's old, but he can hit, but he can't really field. And we could use an outfielder who can field a little bit. David DeJesus might be the best. Frank Catalanato, same thing. I don't think he can really field much. Not terrible, but not what you want out of a guy who might be in center field sometimes. So I'm thinking DeJesus is going to be our best option. Juan Rivera, not terrible, age 26. Juan Rivera might be good. Let's come back to, Kenny Lofton, no. Where were we here? We were all the way down to... We're getting pretty down there by the time we get to David DeJesus. Okay, not the best fielder either. I think we're going to go with Juan Rivera then, since he can kind of hit lefties a little bit. So when he needs to spell those guys, just a day off type of thing, that's fine. And then against righties, he'll play because either Baldelli or William Opeña won't, because they aren't that good. So Juan Rivera it is. And now we still could use a backup catcher. We have a backup infielder, which is good. We need a backup catcher and then some pitching. Some, like, weaker pitching. Oh, do we want to draft another Molina? He can hit lefties. And then Yachty goes against righties. That's not the worst idea ever. You know, Yachty against righties and Jose against lefties. And Jose's not a bad fielder. I like it. Let's do it. Molina power. As much as I like Sandy Alomar Jr., he's just not very good in this game. He's 38. Yeah, not great. So do we want to pick another reliever or a starting pitcher? Willis Roberts, Brandon Villafuerte, TJ Tucker. These guys aren't very good. Oh, I'm not drafting him. Not a chance. So let's go with Danny Herron. Not Dan Herron at this point. He's Danny Herron. He's only 24. He's you know, a sixth starter / long man / swing man / spot starter. I can dig it. No, thank you. I don't think we need another starting pitcher. Unless they're a prospect who we would then put in AAA. But I don't think that one makes sense. Kelly Davis, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're good, if you have good potential. Maybe. It sounds like you might. I don't know. That's the trouble. Yeah, no. Let's see here. Bunch of starters, but that's not what we really need. Kenny Lofton. Do we need another hitter? We have, let's count how many hitters we have. Okay, we only have 8 pitchers. We have 12 hitters. Let's at least get a couple more pitchers, and then we can decide how we want to make our bullpen. Kyle Farnsworth, who threw pretty hard, I think. And ended up with wearing goggles on the mound, I think. Get Luis Vizcaino. Mike Jackson. I don't know who half of these guys are. Dustin Hermanson was a closer for a bit. Not that great. 131 innings, though. That's a lot of innings to pitch as a reliever. That may not be the worst option if he's available next round, because his stuff's not very good. He's 32. Farnsworth or Vizcaino. I think it's better to probably have 4 pitches. Yeah, let's go with Farnsworth. Not available. Fernando Rodney, who had one of the best single relief pitcher seasons you'll ever see. And I don't even think people were aware of it happening when it did happen. He's still available. Okay. Armando Almanza. No, not feeling that. First base might not be a bad option to get. Just another backup infielder at some point, because we have 6 starters and 3 relievers. We could probably use 1 more relief pitcher and then just get some backup. Maybe 2 more relief pitchers probably can't hurt. I mean, it's not like you use them that much, truly. Randy Choate, no, you don't have good stuff. I don't want guys who have bad stuff. You know, I'd rather have an inning of a guy who can really get you out of a jam than, you know, nothing. 2 innings out of a guy who can't do anything. Yes, a guy who had a 6.17 ERA and 11 2/3 innings is going to be who we're drafting. Yeah. Yeah, it is. We could get another starter to be a long man then. We have 11 pitchers. I mean, nowadays they have so many in the bullpens. It's not worth it. Not worth it. If anybody wants to suggest who I should draft, put it in the chat. I'll see it. I'm trying to monitor chat. Sunwoo Kim, starting pitcher, 5 pitches. No, thank you. We don't need another catcher. I mean, maybe we do at some point, but not right now. Ray King. Okay, he's got a 91 for a four-seam fastball. That's pretty good. 10 better than this guy, Standridge. Yeah, I'm thinking that we'll do that. We'll take Ray King and his pretty solid fastball. Okay, so a lot of starters still available. Not feeling any of them. We have 5 infielders. Could use one more just as a backup. And we have 5 outfielders. So I think we could use one more infielder and a... Yeah, we have 11 pitchers. We're fine there. And then a third catcher maybe. So let's see who the best... Anybody good as a catcher? Jason LaRue's not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, past the hour mark. Great. And we're only like a quarter of the way through the player draft. Jason LaRue's not bad. He's a better hitter against righties than Jose Molina. He's a better hitter against lefties than Yadier Molina. But he won't play. I would love to have someone who can play catcher as a backup, but that's not their main position. That would be nice. Jared Cook turns into a decent hitter, but I'm not going to get him. Yeah, we're not getting unless this guy can play somewhere else, or this guy can play somewhere else. No, none of these guys are worth anything for us. Dwayne Kuiper. That's a neat little one, because he's the broadcaster. He was a real-life second baseman. Played a bunch of years for the Indians, hit 1 career home run. No. Unless, is he supposed to be good? Maybe? No, I'm not. Second base and shortstop, because then we have Inge who could back up the corners. He can't hit, though. That's the problem. He can't hit. Frustrating. Maybe someone here. Okay, Rob Quinlan. He can play third base and left field. But at the same time, so can Brandon Inge. And so can Adrian Beltran can play third base. So that's not great. He can hit a little bit. Jamie Carroll can play all the infield positions, and he can hit righties, which means he'd be playing probably over Figgins there. And then he's better than Inge. I like that pick. Let's go with it. Jamie Carroll. Great. So now this is the last pick here of the MLB portion. We'll start drafting AAA next and get some other names that'll be interesting. Best players available again. All of these guys are going to AAA. So we'll have some decent starters on our AAA team who can come up and have Major League experience already. So that'll be good. Don't really need a reliever. Who's the best non-reliever available? Oh, wow, you got to go down a long way. Oh, hey, look, it's R.A. Dickey. Ended up winning a Cy Young, learned the knuckleball. At this point, he does not know the knuckleball, and he's not very good. This guy's a prospect, so no. Not happening. I mean, all I see is starters. There has to be somebody who's not a starting pitcher. Okay. Juan Encarnacion. We do not need 6 outfielders, do we? No, we don't. I guess we'll get another pitcher. Maybe we get some, like, the 20-year-old guy. Wherever he is. Is this him? 20 years old. Maybe, and then he ends up as, like, a swingman type who, being a prospect, 6'6", 220, good lord. He ends up as a prospect, and maybe he's bouncing between AAA and the majors for a year. There's no service time here, but he'll probably... The problem is, he ends up on an MLB deal, which means he gets angrier if he's sent down. That's where you have to kind of, you know, weigh the stuff. Weigh your checks and balances. Thinking. Huh. Who's the best starter available? It sucks that we can't have the music. Like, part of me wants to do it and then just get demonetized from the music. I may change that for future streams because the songs in here are just so good and it feels so quiet without them. Who's available for relievers? Maybe? Grant Roberts? I don't know who some of these guys are at all. hello, Jojo. My dog just walked in here. So that's nice. Rocky Biddle. Oh, he was terrible in All-Star Baseball 2003 for the Game Boy Advance. Somewhere I have that game. And you could only do 1-for-1 trades, and you could cheat on all the trades, so you could automatically get a team. They would always accept if you were trading for a player who was worse or as good. They would also always accept if you were trading your player for a guy who was one third of a letter grade better. So if you had a C guy and you traded him for a C plus, great. C plus for B minus for B, B for B plus, and then you could end up with a team of all these A guys, which was kind of ridiculous. Do we just take another reliever and call it that? I mean, we have 6 starters. We have 5 relievers, so that's 2 middle relievers, 2 setup guys, and a closer. We really don't need another relief pitcher, do we? I don't think so. Not at this point. Heron is our 6th starter, though, so he has the worst stamina of all of them. Yeah, I'm not going to draft another reliever. Let's just get a hitter. Somebody who can hit, so maybe a platoon guy. Let's see who we can platoon. So right now, we have that spot for righties and lefties. Great. We could use another outfielder against righties, which Lou Ford could be. Lou Brock ends up playing center, maybe. So infield. We have, somebody who... We could use someone against lefties, which we have there. And then we have Overbay. Maybe just a first baseman catcher type. Who are the best catchers? These guys are terrible. This guy, he can play catcher and first base. He's only 23. He can't hit, so he's not going to play at all. That's the trouble. And if you get a guy like him, who's 23 and wants to play and can't play, they don't like you very much. I mean, just another starter, and then we can flip them if they're unhappy in AAA or something. I mean, I don't know who to pick. Tim Redding? Denny Nagel? Denny Nagel's 36. Is he going to want to be a long reliever? No. I don't need another relief pitcher. Let's just get a hitter. Just somebody who can hit, who can play a few positions, and who isn't terrible. 493 career home runs, not in the Hall of Fame. How dare you, Cooperstown, not put Fred McGriff in. He's one of those guys who, like Lofton, like a lot of guys, had really, really good seasons in 1994. And then the season ended. And then they lost part of 95. In some ways, what's happening now, granted, it was all for very different reasons, we're going to have a lot of what-ifs based around 2020. Because this 60-game season, I mean, 100 games some of these guys lost out on playing in. Mike Trout lost out on 100 games and may lose out on more depending on what they do for next season. So that's just crazy. Willie Harris can play anywhere, so maybe that's not a bad option. You know, just to have guys who can just fill in. Oh, Keith Ginter can, and he can really hit lefties. Okay. I think I like that, because let's see, how's our speed, though? Okay, 1 guy who can steal a lot of bases, 2, 3, 4. 4 guys who can steal bases. I don't know that we really need another speed guy. Especially if one of these guys is going to be on the bench all the time. So, let's get Ginter, who can play pretty much anywhere, and who can hit lefties really well. So he'd be a good pinch hit option off the bench. Let's do it. And that is it for the Major League portion. Now we are on to the minors, and we can draft AAA guys. This is where I'm really going to want to get young players who have potential. And this will tell you, some of these will tell you if these guys are maybe 3, 4, 5-star guys. And some of them have some Major League experience. So, this guy's only 24, best player available, starting pitcher. We'll go for it. Done. Sean Hill's only 23, but he doesn't have much stamina for a starting pitcher. That's a little concerning. John Rauch. 6'11" John Rauch, who became a good reliever. Maybe not. Danny Bautista's not that. I must be thinking of Danny Bautista. No, not R.A. Dickey. Jeff D'Amico's 29, not a chance. Gavin Floyd's 22? Tools to become a dependable pitcher? No, I don't want a dependable pitcher. I want a good pitcher. I want a very good pitcher. Sean Hill, let's go with it. Not the best for stamina, but we'll draft more relievers too, because we'll get prospects. I'm just going to go with more best available who are young and have some talent. Sergio Mitre. Oh, he's 24. Oh, this guy's 20. Oh, is he the 20-year-old I was talking about earlier? I think so. Done. Drafted. Still starting pitchers. Pat Snow. Maybe? He's got an 89 fastball. That's not nothing now, but he's 29, so no. 25, 33, 25, 24, no thanks. Really want... I mean, I'd like someone who's like 20 who's this good versus somebody who's 24. But, okay, this guy's 20. Jung-Hoon Choi. 88, 68, 67, 66. 53 stamina, not great. Should develop. He'll nab a lot of runners. Okay, with a great pickoff move. Okay. Let's do it. Let's get this guy. Welcome to the team. Jung-Hoon Choi. It's now 4 starters. Let's get one more for the rotation. We're going to become a great pitching place. Let's see what the quality is. Okay. I don't know why I can't get to 1080p. Only 540p. I don't know what I have to do for that, but who knows? I'm trying. If you know how I can do that, that'd be great. Now I can see stream quality's good. I'm seeing all this stuff with how much it's using. Yeah, so performance seems to be fine. Maybe this is just the best I can do with my internet here. No biggie. So where were we? Eric Bedard is an option. He's the best starter available. He turns out pretty good in real life, but I don't think he's very good now. This guy has 3 mediocre pitches. Not much stamina. He's 32. Never mind. 24. Never heard of this guy. Okay, is he young? 18. We put in the 18-year-old on our AAA team as the 5th starter. Let's do it. 89 four-seam fastball already. Great. And now we can draft one more if we want to. Chris Young. Hey, he's now the general manager of the Rangers, right? Yeah. So maybe? Probably not. Let's see. Just trying to see here. Andy Ashby. Bobby Bath turns out to be good. He's a top 100 prospect guy. So is this guy. No thanks. I don't think I'm going to draft another starting pitcher. Who's the best available? Okay, relief pitcher. These guys young? Not really. Wasn't Scott Strickland on the Indians for a minute? I think so. Let's see. Chris Ponson, no. Fernando Cabrera, former Indian. 23. 23-year-old could be the closer in AAA. Let's do it. Let's get some hitting. Because we have spent 6 rounds not getting any hit. Wow, this guy can really hit for a catcher. Why is he bad? He's not... He's an average fielder. I mean, he can hit for a catcher. That's a good value pick. He's 35. Almost got me there. Almost got me. So, good thing I didn't pick him. That's why he's a good hitter, because he's young. Eduardo Perez, now on ESPN. Casey Kochman, Gold Glove. I don't think he ever actually won a Gold Glove, but he was a really good fielding first baseman, which is, I mean, it's first base, so, you know, it's not the toughest position to field. Randy Clan, Alex S. Gonzalez, no, maybe. Joe Beltran, these guys, Julian W. Vaughn. He turns out to be pretty good, but no. He's fast. I would like someone who can actually hit in AAA, who is also kind of young. 22, okay, has some power, won't hit for much of an average, but Left fielder. Let's see if there's anybody here in right field. Jason Kubel. No. Okay, this guy can hit for a little bit of contact. What do they say? Okay, he has average power. No thanks. This guy. Good speed and should continue to improve that area. His speed's only 50. That's not really that good, but we'll go with him. Who's next? Not a starter. That guy, I'll bet you, will be around for another round or two, and then we can get him as a catcher. Because the problem is, when you have a good hitting catcher in AAA, they're gonna want to come up, and then who are they gonna play for? It's not the worst idea, but no, I don't think so. What's his number? 86. I think they gave like 86 to a bunch of guys who aren't real. Like they put them numbers in the 80s. The guys who are like real players, but they can't use their likenesses and names. Why is he's good? Oh, should be a great power hitter. Let's go with it. Catchers are not easy to find, and they take a while to develop. So not a bad idea there. Is he young? 24 is not that young. 35, no. First baseman can't play anywhere else. Oh, I like the specs on Jason Phillips, but he's 28, and so no. Okay, does this guy turn into a good power hitter? Let's do it. I mean, Homer Dong. I think we have to pick Homer Dong. That's a no-brainer. He could be a good option as like if we need to get some. He's 26 and he can hit against lefties. Victor Luna can play anywhere, right? Yeah. 26 can hit lefties. Gonna be cheap. Not a bad idea. Great. So now we have a catcher, first baseman, second baseman, left field. Just keep going around the diamond to somewhere. Wow, that guy can't hit for contact against lefties, but he can hit for some power when he does hit the ball. It's very solid. Should continue to get better. Not feeling it. This guy is okay. Shortstop. Can also play first base. Top 100 prospect. Dieter Driediger. Abraham Rowe turns out to be decent. Some of these guys, they just have attitudes, or these young players in the game. Okay, so we have a shortstop now, so we could use a third baseman. We'll come back, though. Daniel Dollentap, who cannot hit, but he is darn fast. So that gives him a value. He can field pretty well, too. For center field, let's do... How old is he? 20. We'll do it. Let's go. Okay. Probably Kilty can kind of hit, but no, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling these guys because they're all not young. And Curtis Granderson. Hey, look at that. Maybe? Oh, he's a top 100 prospect. Doesn't have a gun for an arm, but is getting better. Yeah, he's not a good fielder here, so no thanks. This guy's 18. Have a very young AAA team that cannot hit. But that's okay. I think we can get some of these other guys. Let's see who's at third base. Okay. Also can't hit. Graffinino's 32, so no. Terry Tiffy's only 25, but he can only play third base. No thanks. James Washburn, third and first. Maybe? No, probably not. Maybe we can get just another infielder. Maybe a backup catcher. Oh, the one catcher who could really hit is gone. Somebody took him. Oh, Rene Rivera. No. Only 21. Wow. Who are the best available players? Let's see. Oh, all relievers. Okay, let's draft a couple of relievers then. Because we have one. We could use a few more. Franklin Germán is 25. Let's do it. Done. Let's draft a couple more relievers here. Since they're the best available players and... Oh, Frank Francisco's only 25. Great. Done. Mark Malaska. 27. Not bad, but... Okay, this guy's 24. Not the most stamina, though. But does he have good stuff? if there's... Mike McDougal's not bad. I mean, he's a... We have 3 relievers now. We're gonna need... Because we have 5 starters, we're gonna need a few more relievers in AAA than we do in the majors, just because the pitchers don't have as much stamina. So Mike McDougal, welcome to the team. By the way, if you notice, and I haven't commented on the first 15 rounds of the draft part of this for AAA, the Indians affiliate, it's the Buffalo Bisons. This is before they went to the Columbus Clippers. So that tells you how long ago this is. Akron's the Arrows, and then the Kinston Indians. Man, none of those are the same names even. Mickey Callaway? Sorry, but no. I will say, fun story though, true story. Back when I did have a GameCube and was playing through stuff, I had like no relievers because I was managing all the games, so I didn't really need relief pitching because I knew what I was doing. So I was like, relievers. So Mickey Callaway was available, and I'm like, great, I'll take him. And he was a pretty good middle reliever for a World Series winning 2005 Indians team. And I told him about this when I met him at one of the Indians whatever the hell things, and he thought it was hilarious. He was like, see, I wasn't so bad I wasn't terrible. Back when he was the Indians pitching coach. And so, yeah, then I ended up tweeting about it, and he thought it was hilarious. He was like, it was funny that, you were good that happened. Bobby Howry. Or I guess Bob Howry, if you've ever seen the SB Nation thing. Let's go with it. Bob Howry. Done. Let's see. Do we need another reliever right now? We have 10 pitchers, so 5 starters, 5 relievers. We need a third baseman. Let's just... Oh, Carlos Baerga. No. Sorry. 36, no thank you. Third baseman. We need a third baseman who can at least hit a little bit. A little. Brendan Harris isn't that good? Eh. This guy's 25. He's 24, Brendan Harris. That's not that old. Let's go with it. I have a feeling that our AAA team is going to finish in last place. We need another catcher, a right fielder, and a catcher. So the catcher. Okay, this guy can kind of hit, and he's 20? And he can feel. Okay, yeah, let's take him. Great. We have 2 catchers now. So that's good. And then we need a right fielder and then some backup guys. Mike Cram turns out to be good, I think. Yeah. He can hit for power. That guy can't do. I don't know who these 2 are. And Orlando Palmeiro, who's a real guy. Right field. This guy can hit lefties, so that's promising. He's 23. Can't play anywhere else. Can field decently well. What do they say? Okay, let's go with him. Sure. It's all a crapshoot at this point anyway. But we need a backup infielder and a backup outfielder. And then we'll see about another pitcher or 2. And probably another backup somewhere. Somebody who can play a few positions. He's 23, okay. He can play the outfield. He's fast. Not a huge fan of these guys. Okay, this guy can hit a little. He actually seems like he'd play, but he doesn't play anywhere else. He can't play, another outfield position or something as a backup. No thank you, Corey Hart. Gabe Gross ended up having, like, a decent career for a hot second, I think. Derek Dietrich. Left field and catcher. Interesting combo. We have 2 catchers, one who can also play first base. Okay, let's go with it, because now we still need another guy who can play the outfield. Okay, this guy has some hot zones at least. But they can't play anywhere but center. That's so frustrating. I'm not going to change it. I've gone in the past in times and been like, well, this guy should be able to play all these positions. Or if it was some accurate player, like some major league player, and it's like, well, he can also play this position and this position. Dwayne Wise had an amazing catch once. Not that good. He's 27. No thanks. See if there's a good hitting... Oh, John McDonald. You know what? He can be our backup infielder. We don't need all prospects on our AAA team. So that solves that issue. Nick Punto can play everywhere, so he's going to be another good backup to have. And then we could use one more backup outfielder. Just have 5 outfielders then. That would probably be good to have. Hey, Cleveland State won. Go figure. First one of the season for the Vikings. So that's good for them. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Again, thank you for the follow, Cody, my friend, RTF Sycamore. If you're watching, whether it's live or the archive, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. I'm going to be streaming a few days a week. I'm planning on doing this as a part-time job. You know, maybe not a job because it's not going to pay me anything, but as a part-time hobby, you know, something fun. I'll probably be back to Pokemon the next time I stream, but so far, so... Marty Cordova. That Marty Cordova? I think so. No. No, thank you. We just need someone who can play all 3 outfield positions, who can kind of hit and isn't that old. Okay, this guy's not old, can play all 3 outfield positions. Potential to become very solid, kid with a solid career in the field. Yeah, not the greatest fielder, but that's okay. As long as he's mediocre, fine. Let's see, who's the best available? Okay, it's back to starters being the best available. So let's get a prospect starter who can be, you know, a swingman. Because we have 5 starters. I would like to have actually 6 or 7. Along with the 5 relievers probably wouldn't hurt. Roberto Pena. Oh, top 100 prospect guy. Okay. He might develop, though. I like when guys say that he will develop. He might develop a pretty fair 2-seamer. I mean, if that's his 4th best pitch and it's fine, that's good. He has a decent fastball. He's 20. Let's just go with it. Why not? Now, one more starter. 22. Only 3 pitches. Could become decent. No thank you, though. That I know is just, that's code for 2 3-star guy, maybe worse. Let's see. Probably isn't destined. No thank you. He has a big league curveball. Okay, this guy seems like he'll be pretty good. He's 25, but that's okay. 6 foot 200. Not the most stamina, but that's okay. And that's it for AAA. Let's go down to AA, and this is where it really is more of a crapshoot. This guy's good, though. This guy becomes good, I remember. Tells you how much I've played this game, that I can recognize the fake player names. Crazy. AJ Moore. Let's go with that. So we have our ace. 21. All the tools to become a dependable pitcher. Let's go with it. Great. We're just drafting guys who are going to be, who it says they're going to be good. All the tools to become a dependable pitcher. Welcome to the team. This is back when they were the Arrows. Now they're the Rubber Ducks. Very good young pitcher. Okay. He can throw gas. He has a very good sinker that drops off the table. Oh, wait. There's a... Oh, that's a real person reliever. And so is that guy. So let's go with another starter. So we'll get to our 5 starters and then keep going here. I think. Yeah, 23, and then he's... Oh, we're getting him. Lefty LeBron. Gotta pick him. 24. Let's see, at this point, LeBron himself would not be 24. I don't know how old he would be in 05. 15 years ago, yeah, he would be like 21. But Lefty LeBron's a little older, and he's going to be the 5th starter on this AA team. So that's something. Okay, and then we have some... This guy, he has 2 really good pitches. 21? I don't know why they say just decent pitcher. I mean, it's AA. Yeah, you're coming. I really don't know that I care that much about hitting for some of these guys, because at this point it's AA. No one can hit that well. It's not like you're going to find some guy who's like a 60 contact and 50 power for anything. Well, maybe you will. Ramon E. Martinez. 32, no thanks. Okay, this guy can only play third base, but he can hit lefties. Decent player, no thanks. This guy has the potential to turn into a very steady, dependable middle infielder. He has the makings of a pretty solid fielder given time. No. Because these guys are just... Okay, this guy has a bunch of hot zones. Might spend his career alternating, no thanks. No. Not feeling it. Maybe there's some... This guy's not bad. Average outfielder, no thank you. I don't want these average guys. I want the guys who can become something. We're playing the long game here. Do we need another reliever? Probably. The relievers are the best available. Let's go with it. TJ Leday. Because these guys, again, so poor for stamina that you need to draft more pitching in the lower minors. It's so weird. As we pass the 90-minute mark, let's go. Still drafting. And after the draft, we're literally going to get to opening day. We're going to buy a couple things. We're going to just buy like some, food stands and things, set our prices for tickets, and that's it. And then we'll save as well. Let's see. This guy, very good young pitcher and should continue to improve over the next 2 years. He can throw a very good two-seam fastball that will keep getting better. Sure, let's go with it. I mean, I don't care if it's 12 pitchers and then we're just drafting a bunch of hitters after that. That's fine for me. I don't mind it because these relievers have so little stamina, these young guys. The makings of an excellent pitcher. Done. You know, we'll have relievers for the future because we didn't exactly draft great ones at the Major League level. So we have 5 there, and then we have 4 relievers now. So let's get to 10 pitchers, and then we'll start looking at some other guys. 21 and has 5 pitches. Potential to develop a very good two-seam fastball. That's his second best pitch. He can throw gas. Okay. How old are you? 21? You're 23. Yep, we're going with the 21-year-old. Done. Okay, so we're going to come back to pitchers probably. Only 4-seam and 2-seam. With a lot of stamina. Actually, we're going to draft this guy because even though he's not good, he'll eat up innings at AA. Which I know. I'm carrying way too much. 6'2", 240. Sounds like me. I do weigh a little less than that, and I'm an inch shorter. So, yeah. Let's draft some hitting. Catcher. Nobody good here. Decent, has the talent to become very solid. Okay. Another very solid guy. This guy at least has some hot zones. I don't like when the guys don't have hot zones. Just concerns me. So we have a first baseman now. We have 1 hitter. Okay, 22. Might spend. No. We'll come back to that. Let's see. Decent. Oh, has the talent to become a very solid player. Third baseman who can also catch. Great. Done. Shortstop. Anything good? Let's see. No. Okay, turned into a very steady, dependable. Arthur DeGiramentos. He's fast, but can't hit. But he has a lot of hot zones. So that's good. No, nothing there. Average outfielder. Should develop into a decent outfielder. No thanks. Potential to become a very solid. Okay. Wait, can he play? Okay, good. He can play all 3 outfield positions. That's good. Very solid outfielder again who can play left field and infield. Okay, so that could work. You really just want guys who can play a bunch of positions at this level. 33-year-old, no. Ernie Young. I don't remember this guy for the Indians. But yet he has Chief Wahoo there. Should develop into a decent outfielder, no thanks. Best players available are still relievers, so we'll come back to that. Should develop, okay, into a solid catcher. He's 24, but we need a catcher, so that's fine. We could use a backup catcher, too. Oh, should develop into a solid catcher. Great. Easy enough. So now we still need a second baseman. Oh, Decent player, no. Don't want any decent players. We want guys who are gonna be good. If we can find them. Yeah, no thanks. Nope. I'll come back for a second baseman. We still need a couple of, like, a center fielder and a right fielder. Should develop into a decent outfielder. No, not really what we want to see. Right fielder, maybe? No, not really. We're starting to dig a little then. Maybe there's a left fielder who can also play the outfield positions. No. I mean, maybe another infielder can play second base as a backup. Let's see. Alternating. Nope. Third base. Decent player. Although Garrett Atkins is only 25. He ended up having a decent long career. No. Again, no, none of these guys are any good. Other than the pitchers, it seems. Where was that one guy, though? That guy Shim, I think, is good. Or he ends up good, but I think he ends up as, like, a good single-A player. So, no. I don't want the guys who've improved their game to be average. I want the guys who can still improve. Let's just go, let's see. There has to... Okay, here we go. Potential to become a solid outfielder. That's fine. Great. Center fielder, found. Let's go to second base. No, these are all minor leaguers. If I'm scrolling too fast, let me know in the comments or on the chat. I can slow down the scrolling. I might be reading this faster than you guys can. But these guys are all terrible. And they're all going to be terrible. Looks like we may not have a very good second baseman in Double-A at this rate. Weak middle infielder. So interesting. Like, some of them, the photos are so bad. Weak minor league, career minor leaguer. Weak minor leaguer. And that's it for second baseman. So we're going to have to find someone who can also play second base. These are all decent players. I might just draft the best second baseman available it's Double-A. They don't all need to be prospects who are going to be amazing, you know? I bounce. Okay, very solid player. Third and first. Not what I really want. We'll take him. Okay, maybe there's a shortstop who can also play second base. Not the alternating. Not the see some time in the show. Guys. Oh, potential to turn into a very steady, dependable middle infielder. He's 18 and he can play every position. Done. So we still need a second baseman. We still need a right fielder. So let's get those two here. Let's go to right field first. Average. Should develop into a decent outfielder. Nope. Not happening. And part of it's that the scouting is also to the major league level. So some of these guys might be good for Double-A. But I'm not trying to win Double-A titles. I'm trying to win World Series titles. No, not the career minor leaguers. I don't want to see the weak guys. Oh, should develop into decent. Nope. If you see should, it usually means good things. Could is a lot weaker than should. Should develop into decent outfielder. No, thank you. Should develop... Nope, nobody in right field who's that good. So those two will be the last picks. So right now we have 11 pitchers, 10 hitters. Let's go to left field. Maybe there's a good left fielder who can play. Should develop into decent. No. Oh, potential to become a very solid outfielder. Left fielder and center fielder. Done. So we'll draft a right fielder at some point. A right fielder and a second baseman. Those are the two that we need. Right fielder, second baseman, and then maybe a reliever. Let's just draft the best. Oh, he might feature predominantly as a leadoff man. Okay. Well, maybe he'll be the leadoff man here. Second baseman. 22. Oh, this guy can play all... Okay, utility guy, great. Anybody who has util as their backup position already gets a bunch of points in my book. Oh, and here's Mike Krukow. We drafted Dwayne Kuiper, right? Maybe we didn't. I don't know. We're going to draft Mike Krukow, though, because it's Mike Krukow, the other broadcaster in the game. Yes. And now we are on to Single A, where the best players, once again, are starting pitchers. Let's see if we can find a... Should continue as improved play could mean like a 1-star or a 3-star guy. So actually, you could view and change a player's potential, even in this mode, which is cheating to me. And you can change all the ratings in owner mode, but I'm not going to do that because I'm playing this honestly. This fantasy league can be honest. Next time we see a guy who can actually be dependable, we'll get through that. I'll have to remember how bad he was. Should continue as... Oh, this guy dependable. Reliever, okay. So we're by like Nelson, Quinn, and Versteeg for those three guys, which something tells me they weren't also picked. So yep, Nelson, Quinn, Versteeg, still there. Let's see how many of these high... because I don't care if they lose 100 games. Okay, so same thing. Justice, Santana, Acevedo. I just want to get the guys before because something tells me those guys won't have been picked, and they weren't. Because we're going for prospects, the other guys are probably just... The other teams are going for best guy available. Another reliever, okay. Lugo, S. Justice, and Diaz are the guys who we will not be drafting right before him. Go S. Justice, Diaz, great. So we have 3 relievers now. Okay, another 4 relievers. Huber, Yoshida, and Baldwin. These all sound like law firms that I'm naming now. No. Okay, another reliever. We can never have enough relievers at these lower levels, truly. So right after Yoshida, Baldwin, and Davis. Oh, Davis was taken. Are there any starters left? There are a few. Let's get some starting pitchers quickly. Because those guys end up going, and then we're starting relievers, which isn't the worst thing, but you don't want to do that. So if we can find some good starters, should develop into a very good pitcher. Great. So Hummel, Regan, and Sakai. Sakai was one of the Iron Chefs, right? The original Iron Chefs. I think so. Oh, to become a dependable pitcher. Great. And then so that's Silva, Castillo, and Casey. Oh, there's Casey. So we're already looking at new guys. Now we have 2 starters. Should get to 5 or 6, really. Wouldn't hurt. Although maybe we'll draft other positions that are going to have some guys who can, maybe be good at some point. Yeah, not should continue. You don't want to see should continue. Anything else that should is usually good. If it says should become a dependable player, that would be good. Oh, all the tools to become a dependable pitcher. Great. So Crawford, Jones, and Millar. After Crawford, Jones, and Millar. Oh, did they all get drafted? Maybe we just went all the way down. Oh, Crawford, Jones, Millar. There we are. Should continue. Probably isn't destined. This guy is not going to trouble many batters in his career. His stuff isn't big league material. Those I love seeing those. They're just not very nice. They're just like, yep, these guys kind of suck. So none of these starters are that good. Let's get one more. Let's get the next really good reliever, and then we'll look for positions. All the tools to become a dependable pitcher. Welcome to the team. So we'll come back to pitching. Let's see if there's anybody who is a good hitter and who is better, who's going to develop into something more than average. Okay, makings of a steady, reliable catcher. Great. We'll come back to catchers. Let's see. First baseman. Decent. Majors and minors. Not feeling it. No, not decent. No, bounce. We don't want to see bounce. We don't want to see might. We don't want to see could. We don't want to see may. We really want to see the shoulds, has all the tools. Those type of ones. No, might, may, not really what we want to see. Nope, nobody good at first base, so we'll draft a first baseman later. Let's see, second base. Maybe we'll find a guy. Because if we can get a diamond in the rough, those are always good because they're cheap. Nope, nope, these are all bad and... Nope. Nobody there. Third baseman, maybe? Nope. Not seeing anything. Man, I'm gonna get past 2 hours. Third day in a row streaming for the first time in more than 3 years, and I went from about 90 minutes to I went for about like an hour 15, maybe 90 minutes, to longer than that, and then it'll be a 2+ hour stream here. Thank you for watching if you've been joining the stream, and also if you're watching the archive on YouTube. Because I realize it's just me talking a lot, because there's no real chat since not too many people are watching. I'm hopeful that that'll change as I, get more consistent with this, considering this is the third time I've streamed, and after 3 years away, and back then I really streamed very infrequently and at weird times. Yeah, let's see. Career minor leaguer, weak middle infielder. No, all these guys are bad. I mean, it's drafting for your single A, which I guess this is actually now more accurate than it was in the past, because instead of there being several levels below high A, there's now one level below high A, which is actually where the Lynchburg Hillcats for the Indians are. Lake County now high A, which is good for them. For them, what did I say? Should develop into a decent outfielder. I almost thought, nope, should develop into decent. It's one of the weaker outfielders in the game, no thanks. Okay, well that's it for them. Should develop into a decent outfielder, nope. We're just going to draft the best available position players here in a second. Should develop decent, no thank you. And even then, some guys don't pan out, or they take a while to pan out, or for different reasons, they just don't make it. Well, that's the end of left fielders, and we're on to right fielders. This is the last position. And then we have to look at relief pitchers as well at some point. Career minor league outfielder? Nope. I mean, we'll have some career minor league outfielders, but I don't want to develop into a decent outfielder, not what I want to see. Okay, well, I guess, let's see. We need to get 2 more starters and then a bunch of hitting. Well, the best available is a bunch of relievers. Let's draft the best available non-reliever. May take a minute. Goodness. Hopefully it's a hitter. Because right now we have one guy in the lineup who can hit. Oh my god, it's all relief pitcher. One starter. Okay, fine. You're on the team. Great. So now we have 4 starters and 6 relievers. And, like, nobody who can... Okay, catcher can also play first base. Great. I know now I have 2 catchers and nobody else. First baseman who can also catch, maybe? Let's just go with the best available first baseman. Second baseman can't play anywhere else. No thanks. Second baseman who can also play third? Let's go with it. Third baseman who can also play shortstop. Great, we're going with you. Shortstop who can also play the infield, who's 18. Wonderful. Center fielder who can play all of the outfield spots despite being kind of terrible. Does he become good, or am I thinking of a different guy? I have to be thinking of a different guy, because this guy looks bad. Should develop into a decent outfielder. Okay, well. Not going to hit for much power, clearly. Left fielder who can play, hopefully, the outfield. Great. Just need versatile guys. Because when someone gets hurt in the minors, what are we supposed to do? It's not like we can call somebody up all the time. So we could use another infielder and definitely another outfielder. There are no more starting pitchers available. We have 4 starters, so some reliever is going to have to start. And we're going to draft a reliever, not yet, because there are so many of them left. We have 2 catchers. We don't need that. We need another backup infielder. No, none of them can play anywhere. This guy can at least play outfield, so we'll draft another infielder who can actually... Oh, never mind. Well, I guess that's that for the single A team. Did not realize. 95 rounds. We made it! 95 rounds. Since you've had a fantasy draft, you need to make sure you set your lineups and pitching rotations accordingly. Okay, yeah. Okay, create ballpark. Let's go. What do we want to call this ballpark? Let's call it... Let's call it... Oh, wait, no, I want to go back to the lowercase. Let's call it Twitch. No, not tweet. Can't spell. Let me go back because it's so blurry. These old games sometimes. Twitch. Let's call it Twitch Plaza? Twitch Plaza. Let's call it that. Works, right? Twitch Plaza. Why not? Great. It's going to be Bay City or suburbs. Let's do it in the city. Let's see. What do we want the park's features to look like? So, from what I know, the Ballpark creator is so much better in the 06 and 07 games for college parks. Like, there's actual, like, granular things as opposed to, like, 5 options, but I don't have a PS2 or Xbox, and that's not a game I'm worried about, so. Okay, high right field wall we could do. That would be kind of interesting. 295 down the line. That's kind of neat. So short. So let's see. Symmetrical is 340, 400, 425. That's 325, 385, 400. Okay, short left field fence is 310 to left. I kind of like this one, the high right field wall. What color do we want the wall? Indigo, dark green, or teal? I kind of like the teal. And I kind of want it padded. I don't want brick or ivy. Padded. Seats can be red, blue, or gray. Not many options. Let's go with blue. Do you want green grass, turf, bluegrass? Green grass, because then we can actually make a pattern. Crisscross or diamond. Those are the only options. Let's do crisscross. We want the dirt to be dirt, I think, yeah. Batter's box. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 1, just the simple one. No way, we're not doing the EA logo. And we're doing the MVP baseball logo because we're not putting the mascot on here. No thank you. Okay. We are 30th in everything. I think part of that's because... Oh, no, that's all set up. Let's just CPU optimize rosters. That's fine. We are now 15th in pitching. And then as we go do this, CPU optimize rosters. Okay, we're the fastest team in the league, apparently. So that's good. Let's go... The first thing we need to do is sign all the guys who are on 1-year deals. That we can get them for, 3 years at the same price. So he's more expensive. He's more expensive. Guys who will sign for the same amount, we want to keep around. Let's see, what's his? MLB indispensable. Let's just do 3 years. Because you can do 3 years for the guys. And they'll like it. This one's another one. 3 years. Sure, Lou Brock. Sure. 5.4 million, that's all? Great. 300,000. Nope, too much. It goes up. I don't want to spend more on the guys yet. Yet, at least. Okay, I mean, 8.2 million's a lot, though. And I guess he's a Hall of Famer in his prime again. Let's go with it. We can always trade the guys if we need to. Harden's only 300,000. No way. We're not spending more on him. Not spending more there. No. No. A lot of one-year deals for the major leaguers. And they're all wanting a lot more money. Okay, at least he is wanting less, so I'll give him 3 years. Sure. Or not less, he wants the same amount. That's all I want. The guys who will make the same amount, that's fine. 300,000, no. 1.4, no thank you. I'm not spending more for these guys. Okay, he's always situational. Let's just go for 3 years on it. Great. And then that's everybody who's signed for... So now we have a bunch more guys signed for a while. Oh, wow. Adrian Beltran, great. That's good that he's signed for longer. Let's get the guys in AAA, same way. 3 years, sure. I don't like to go more than 300,000 for it. Oh, you want an MLB contract. Sorry, Jamie. You're not going to get re-signed. So let's keep doing this for a bit. And then we'll get to opening day, and maybe we'll play opening day. We'll see how I'm feeling. See how much longer this all takes. Nope. More money. No, thank you. You want Major League deal? No. Oh, you want a major... Oh, no, you don't want a Major League deal, but I'm not giving you $1.7 million to be a AAA relief pitcher. No. 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 We're going to need a lot more relievers next year. Oh, a lot more. Okay, that's fine. Same, as long as they want the same level or the level they're at, I'm not gonna... See, that's why. He wants backup MLB. Then he just gets mad at me for not putting him there, and I'm like, well, you're a AAA player. Nick Punto, though, there. Great. Everyday AAA, perfect. Okay, that's everybody who's 1 year there. Let's go to AA. 500,000. I don't like giving $500,000 contracts to guys. But it's not that much money. Really isn't. Nope. No. I'm not giving these guys AAA contracts. No, this is the guy who's not even supposed to be good. MLB. You're not an MLB player yet. Okay, everyday AA. Perfect. Actually, drafting those bad guys who are supposed to be prospects means that we can sign them for the 3 years a lot easier now than... if they're good. Kruko wants 400,000 for the AA ace. Sure. And as long as they're in the rotation, they don't really care about the ace thing, I've learned. Oh, wait, he's 2 years already, so I don't care. Okay, all these guys at A-ball. Let's see. Great. Great, as long as they want A-ball contracts. Oh, nope, you want AA? No, thanks. You want AA? Nope. No. No. Oh my god, we drafted too good. Our pitchers are all too good. They all have A-level A contracts, so I don't know why they're so like that. Whatever. 3 years there. Okay, great. So now everybody... and we may sign some of these guys for longer, but that's fine. That didn't cost us any extra money right now. So first things first, let's save the owner mode. New owner mode save. We're going to call it... stream, so that I know which one is which. Not that I'm going to play anything other than this one, but I'm not going to play owner mode outside of the stream. Oh, God. Not stream. Stream. Okay, let's save it. I always worry that it's not going to save or it's going to get corrupted or something, especially considering we just spent 2 hours doing this. That would really bother me. So that's good. Let's go to the owner's box here, and let's buy some assets. We don't want to buy the ballpark upgrades. That is the one that loses you the most money. We want to buy concession stands and store venues. Those make you money. The attractions can, but... So we have 5 million. We want to get, several items that we can sell a bunch of. Let's go with the batter's box, because it's cheaper cost per year than what it is for the opening cost. So let's get batter's box, and let's get some store venues, because those will sell pretty well, the things. Let's get the cheap ones, because, well, let's get the ones that sell, like, multiple items for a cheap amount. So that's good. Now we have 1.8 million left. So we could get those two and then spend 100,000 on something. I don't know what. I don't know if we want to. We don't have those items, so we'll come back to this screen. Let's see what we have for concession stands. Maybe there's something else that's... Nope, that's $2 million. We don't have $2 more million, so no thank you there. Let's just get some of these vendors who are cheaper. Let's get a soda vendor, and then we have 800,000, so we could get pizza. We could get pizza and a couple of... We could get a pizza stand, an ice cream stand, and let's go back to the store venues. Do we want retro caps or batting helmets? Well, Coach's Kiosk is cheaper for upkeep, so let's do that then. So that's good. Now we can set pricing. So ticket pricing we want to make cheaper because no one wants to see these 3 out of 10 games right now. Concession pricing will make it cheaper because there's like a sweet spot I've learned from doing this enough where especially based on how many people come to the games, there's a certain amount that you want to sell of these things. Store pricing will lower that to 90, 20, 10, 11, $3, $5, $20, and that's that. Now, when you're good, you can always, there's more stuff. We can do the free ticket days if we want. I've never found promotional days to be that worthwhile. Maybe it's worth doing. So, we're expected to bring in $32.8 million in media and sponsorship. Player salaries are going to cost twice that. Staff salaries another $7.5 million, and then other stuff. So right now, we're expected to lose $56 million. That's not what we want to see. Oh, let's make sure that we re-sign our staff if anyone has a 1-year deal. They don't. They're all here for a long time. Hopefully a good time too. Man, our hitting coaches are almost as expensive as the manager. Hitting and pitching coaches. But that's fine. Those are good coaches, so I'm not going to complain. Let's look at our stadium for a second here. Let's look at our beautiful Twitch Plaza, empty Twitch Plaza. You can see it's 330 down the line, 280, not 280, 390 rather. Oh wow, that's actually clear as you go closer. 390 to left center. Let's see center field, it's 420 to center as we have that crappy manual scoreboard. Twitch Plaza, there it is though. In the middle of this city that is clearly a bunch of 2D textures in the background. Oh my god, the trees. The trees are bad. No, those bushes aren't bad, but those trees are not great. Number 370 right field with the higher wall, which is brick there, and 295. That's kind of neat, actually, that it's like the padding with brick above it. 295 down the line's not that far. So hopefully, and you can see, it's a minor league stadium at this point. MVP Baseball logo, there it is. Yeah, not the greatest, but it's the game camera. Okay. You can see all the different game camera angles of this park. I like that we have a couple lighting banks. I wonder if we legally have to add more because that's not enough lighting for Major League Baseball. Kind of like what happened in Buffalo with the Toronto Blue Jays this year. Maybe. Let's see what we have to say. Welcome to the Cleveland baseball team. I'll be your financial advisor. Great. Additional revenue. You'll get daily payments for your TV contract, radio contract, and ad sales. To find out more details, you can look at your income statement. Expected income, also on the income statement. Obviously, our goal is to, let's save before anything happens. Stream. Yes. Great. Obviously, we do not want anything... We don't want to lose money. We're going to lose money at times, though. Especially on the road. Oh, yeah. You lose a lot of money on the road because you only make money from media deals. So that in that way, it's kind of accurate to what owners say happens. In the sense of, well, we're paying the players and we're not getting any gate revenue. I mean, you get a local TV and radio contract, which it goes up based on how much money you're making. Really? Barry Zito's better than Bob Lemon. Go figure. I can't tell if we're going to be really good or really bad. It'll be very interesting to see. I'm also going to swap out some... we'll go with the computer's suggestions for now. Bob Howery is our... Okay, 2 relievers starting and starters on the bench. Got it. Weird. Same thing in the lower levels, but that's fine. Did we end up drafting, what's his name? The, Dwayne Kuiper guy? I don't think we did. Unless it's not the Major League level, that's for sure. So, a lot of these guys should not be playing. I am going to mess with the Major League roster more so than the minors because I have guys I want to play and things. So, yeah. Let's do some call-ups and send-downs. Well, first, let's see what we want to change. Major League level, we definitely want more relievers and fewer starters. So we definitely need a couple more relievers and a couple fewer starters. That's definitely one thing. Let's start with that. So, who's the best reliever in AAA? It's one of these guys. Let's see. Who's on a Major League deal? Okay, Almanza and King are. So let's just call them up. Okay, Almanza will swap with Halsey. Don't know any Halsey songs otherwise. I think I know the one. The Closer. Isn't that Halsey? I think so. Okay, no, not Mike McDougal. Ray King is another one. And we will send down Wilson. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starters. 7 starters. So somebody else needs to go. Oh, Sean Hill. Sean Hill gets demoted. Great. And that's easy enough. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's fine. So that's good. Pitching rotation. Let's just move Ray King to here. Almanza to here. And Farnsworth as a setup guy, maybe? Yeah, Farnsworth and Carter as the setup guys. That works. Great. Crap, if I do that, it's going to mess it up, isn't it? Oh, no, it didn't. It only messed up their roster, whatever. So that's fine. Great. Batting order. So we want... Let's see. Because I bet you they didn't do any sort of... Yeah, it's just... It's so boring. They don't do platoons when... The computer doesn't like doing platoons, which is not what you want to see. So we're going to do some call-ups and send-downs to make sure we have good platoon guys. So catcher, we have Molina and Molina, which is fine, righty-lefty. First base, Overbay can play every day. Figgins, maybe every day. Ginter can play lefties somewhere. He'll play every day. Inge plays against lefties. Okay, Beltran against righties. So we're fine there in terms of enough guys for the platoon, I think. We do need a couple of guys who can play the outfield against righties. That's what we need. Well, at least one guy who can play the outfield and can hit righties. Let's see. Not really. No. Okay, well, that's it for outfielders at the AAA level. Maybe AA has someone who can hit righties? Not too sure. That answer is no. And single A definitely won't. So we're going to go back to AAA. Maybe there's an infielder who can hit righties who can also play the outfield. Well, Jamie Carroll can hit righties, so he's going to get the call up. Yeah, because they're all kind of bad. And he can at least play all the infield spots, so that's good. So batting order. So let's get in all the best guys against each type of pitching, and then we can adjust the lineup. So somewhere Juan Rivera needs to play, and somewhere Jamie Carroll needs to play against these guys. So Juan Rivera can play anywhere in the outfield. That's fine. But I think the worst of them is probably Willie Moe. So he'll sit against righties. And then Jamie Carroll has 85-52. That's better than somebody, right? Well, that's about even with Figgins, so I'm not going to play him there. It's better than Baldelli, so let's get creative. Lou Ford can go in left field. Yeah, I know I'm sacrificing some fielding, but he's not that bad, and it's left field. They're not that good, left fielders. And then Lou Brock can play center field, where, he's going to be not a good fielder, really. So, because Lou Ford can only play left, right? Yeah. And then Rivera can play all three spots. He might, let's see. Him or Brock in center field. Well, it looks like it's going to be Juan Rivera in center field and Lou Brock in right field. Ginter can't hit righties, so that works. And then we'll need to, let's figure out the order. Okay, somehow Jamie Carroll has to be a better fielder than someone who is actually an infielder. And then we can DH that person. Beltran can field well. Figgins can field pretty well. Roy can definitely field well because, whatever. Cheat code a little bit. Overbay cannot. So so obviously, Overbay can DH then. And Jamie Carroll can play first base. And that works. And so let's figure out, and then obviously against the NL teams, well, if you even need a no DH lineup, because didn't I put DH in both leagues? Then I'll put Overbay at first base. Because you have to fill out all four lineups, even if you never play a team that doesn't have a DH. I know, I don't get it. So let's see, who's the best option to lead off? It's going to be somebody who can, Brock, obviously. Second best, so best hitter should hit second, then Beltran. Yeah, I think that works. Who else can hit for power a little bit? I think Overbay, Rivera, Lou Ford, yeah. And then Yachty hits 8th with Figgins hitting 9th because he's fast. Okay, I like the looks of that, so let's figure out what I need to do here. So, Lou Ford in left, Lou Brock in right, Juan Rivera in center. Jamie Carroll's not going to play because he's not, and then everybody else that's whatever. So what was it? Brock, Roy, Beltran, Overbay, Ford, Rivera. We'll go Figgins, Molina, and then pitcher because it doesn't matter. Okay, now on to lefties where we actually have a bunch of platoon guys. We don't need Beltran because, Brandon Inge is better, which is crazy, but platoons. That's how they work. Well, Mlb Pena's going to crush it this season because of that. 81-78 might be good enough to stay in this lineup, so obviously his brother is better. Okay, 85-82 is actually better than somebody. It's better than Lou Ford for sure. So Lou Ford is not going to be the DH. Let's see, anybody else who's really good against lefties? 79-70 is the best we've got against lefties on the bench, and everybody in the lineup is better than that, realistically. So Roy hitting second, no doubt. Willie Moe third. Okay. Yeah, let's go Inge cleanup over... Oh, no. Forgot we have Baldelli, so he'll hit cleanup. Overbay Inge or Inge Overbay? Let's go Overbay Inge, just in case. Who knows? Against a righty, they don't pinch hit. So I'm not going to play every single game. And then Keith Ginter, is he a better fielder than someone? Because he can play anywhere. Somebody has to be a bad fielder somewhere so he can play instead of them. Maybe it's for Overbay again. Well, Willie Moe's not great, but he's... Yeah, maybe not Willie Moe, and Willie Moe DHs. Not 60-60, 55-65, so that's 240. Same thing for Willie Moe, and then Lyle is also 240, but in a different way. Let's think. Lou Brock leading off and DHing might not be the worst idea. Just because then it keeps him fresher to play every day. So yeah, let's do that then. So we'll swap Ginter and Brock's positions. And then Ginter just may not play against, yeah. Well, actually, Ginter's a really good hitter, so probably someone won't play against him. So Ginter in left field, and Lou Brock is the DH. Great. That was weird for a second. It looked like it was still Lou Ford's picture. Wrong Lou. Okay, so let's go. So Lou Brock in left, for sure. Beltran's not in. Inge is in at third base. Not Lou Ford. Keith Ginter needs to play somewhere. Because he's... Oh, I need to swap the Molinas. That's right, forgot. Ginter is in somewhere for somebody. Is it just straight up for Brock against lefties with no DH? Not that it even matters, because who cares? Because I don't think we're playing... I think I put DH in both leagues. Pretty sure. Let me just leave Lou Brock in, and Keith Ginter can play first base. I don't know. Brock, Roy, Willie Mo, Baldelli, Ginter, Inge, Molina, Figgins, Zito. Molina, Zito, Figgins. Great. Optimize those rosters because I don't really care about anything under the majors, to be truly honest with you right now. Whoever they have, they have. They have 12 hitters. They have 12 hitters. 12 hitters for each of those levels. And the pitching rotations, they have a ton of pitchers. And a ton of pitchers. And maybe I should add a pitcher or two. Let's see. So they have 11. Of course, they have 13. They have 11, and they have also 11. So it wouldn't hurt to add a guy for AA or single A as a reliever, if there's a good one. Maybe? You never know. Oh, it has all the tools to become a dependable pitcher. Great. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, no. I'm not giving you a major league contract when you suck right now. And are just going to get mad at me for not being in the majors once you sign that contract. Yeah, that's not happening. Probably is. Okay, let's see. Is this guy asking for another major league deal? No. Who are these guys? They're like 20-somethings who... is that what I'm like for everybody else? No, not you want to see. Nobody good, nobody good. Maybe we get someone lucky. Oh, has talent to develop into a solid player. First baseman of all things. Sure. Might as well put him on the A-ball team. Could use some decent hitting on that team. These are all the guys who didn't get drafted. And they're, some of them maybe not terrible. But then they also add to the player pool, I think. Can't be that. I don't know. We have a while to go, it looks like. And a lot of these guys are going to retire because of ability. Because they're not going to get signed by anybody. Looks like no. Should develop into a decent no. We want to see. Can keep improving, but isn't it overly strong? Nope. Not what you want to see here. Oh, two steady, reliable catchers. Oh, MLB, no thanks. They literally cannot hit anything. Who do they think they are? Crazy. This game is crazy sometimes, but it's awesome. I love it so much. I mean, look, I've played it for more than 2 hours now. I own it I own every single I own a copy of every single game that has been made in this series on every console that's been made in this, on every system that it was made for. systems I don't even own to play. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it. No. Should develop into a decent... Nope. Average catcher. What does that say? Minor league outfielder. Nope. Looks like a minor league catcher at best. Could develop. No, don't want to see coulds. We want to see shoulds. Shoulds or has all the tools. Yeah, can't keep improving, but isn't overly strong. Oh, we're almost done. That's good. Should develop a decent outfielder. Not the combo we want. Decent outfielder, no thank you. And we are almost at the bottom here. Nope, nothing there. Okay, we're close to the bottom here. I know. 2+ hours and we haven't even played a game yet. Let's see here. I will say I am concerned that the input lag is going to be so bad that I can't actually play games while I'm streaming because... Okay, well that's it. Let's go to free agents and just sign like 2 relievers. No. I want somebody who will sign a single A contract. None of this MLB crap. Bobby LeBron, no. Nope. No. Somebody who will pitch at single A. That's all I want. Okay, good. That's one guy, and then one more, and we'll call up somebody to double A. You know, next guy wants $100,000 a year. That's it. That's all I care. 100,000. Waiting for it. What is happening? Who are these guys who think they're so good they can pitch in the majors at 20? I really want to know. I don't know. Okay. No, nothing there. No. Okay, 2 and... No, he's a first baseman. I don't care about a first baseman. I want a reliever. I'm not on relievers anymore. There are no starters anyway. So let's find a reliever who will take $100,000. And that's just going to be it. Nope, 3, 4, 5. Blink and you'll miss it. But again, these are all guys... Still, these guys are terrible. If I put a Major League bullpen out of these guys, we'd lose 70% of our games. My God, the worst one. I'm not gonna sign a reliever then. Okay, well, I guess I'm not signing a reliever. Great. I signed the one. Wow, these teams are really bad at hitting. Every single one is 30th in hitting. They're really good at pitching, though. That's good. And we're 30th in fielding, the Indians. Interesting. Let me just check how many... how many guys are on each roster. The best way to do that is transactions, free agents. Great. 25, 24, 23, 25. Okay. 12 pitchers, 11. Let's... we're fine with that. 12, 11, 12, 11. That's fine. I'm not going to trade anybody. We just drafted them all. Let's save this again. Yes. Saving. Takes forever to save this game. Always concerns me. Advance the next day. And if you look here, we lost 281,000. That's why you have to buy stuff on the first day. Strategies versus White Sox. The White Sox are one of the more consistent hitting teams. Okay. What do they have on their team? Okay, Al Leiter is old already. He's good. He's good. He's very good. Something tells me it's going to be a real feast or famine league with all of those fake players. I mean, not the fake players, but like those the Hall of Fame guys. I mean, that's scary. That's gonna be scary. Let's go back here. So we're gonna have Barry Zito on the hill. Let's play today's game. Let's play the game, see what happens. Okay. Barry Zito against Al Leiter. Leiter is a lefty, so we're going to see a bunch of guys who won't play that much because there's a lefty on the hill. Let's do it. Opening day. Let's play. Hopefully it's not so bad. Oh, wow. We're the second best team in the league, apparently. Let's do it. We are going to wear a jersey that maybe doesn't have Chief Wahoo on it, which is only the spring training jersey. Okay. That's fine. Let's see, what's it say? Random wind. Wind west is what I'll go back to. I thought, can you make the wind random? The answer to that is no. So, let's go with it. U.S. Cellular Field for a day game. Just want to make sure it loads. Slightly concerned about that. I wonder if my options are here, like my gameplay options. Like, I don't want the fade.
Here we are at U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago.
Hey, look at that.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper, joined by Mike Krukow for today's MVP baseball game. We should have a good one. Ready to throw the game's first pitch, Al Leiter.
Let's do it. Let me just make sure that I have a couple of settings here. I want. Oh, yeah. I'm going to play at Pro difficulty in the actual games. I only want MVP for everything else. Fielding can be assisted. Off returns automatic. Variable strike zone on. That's all fine. Oh, interesting. Yeah, oh, I didn't realize. So that's not ideal. Total rumble, definitely on. There's the option for the gameplay tuning. Pitch cursor on. Okay, so it is on. That's good. I mean, I can't earn MVP points if I change the difficulty, but I also don't want to be embarrassed because I haven't actually played a game in this in a long time. Just go to Pro. That's fine. I don't really care about the MVP points. What am I going to use them on, right?
That one's foul, but it should stay in play.
Okay, so it works. Some kind of athletic ability. Okay, if I don't hit a home run.
As a left-handed pitcher, you don't want to mis-execute
I didn't
against
go,
this
right?
guy.
Great. Ooh,
Just got
that
some
was
wood
not
on
a
it.
pitch I should have swung at. Let's see here.
On the
Okay,
ground,
other way, and that's not going to be good.
they make the play.
Ken made a nice throw right there, straight and right on the target.
Not much you can do
In there
with
for a
that.
strike. Here it comes.
And
another strike to make it 0-2. The
Not a good
groundskeepers
start.
have done
because
another
I
great
used to
job
be
on
really
the
good
field
at
today.
this.
They
Like I
appealed
did
the first
play
on
on
the check
MVP.
swing.
Great.
Up the
Hey,
middle.
there we go. That's a hit. We'll take it.
It's a single.
Not a
Stepping
Chief
in,
Wahoo.
Rocco Baldelli.
It's on the. I can't do anything about that.
Ground ball
Ooh, I
hit the other
should've.
way to the right side.
It was late, wasn't it? I'll
He
tell you as
delivers.
much as they do on the
He
show.
sends this
And that's
pitch
right at
towards
the
second
guy.
base.
So that's
That
the
takes
inning.
care of the side with a runner left on first.
See what we can do for
Taking
pitching
the mound to
with
start
Barry
for the
Zito.
visitors, Barry Zito. Next at the plate, Jeff Kent.
Up here. A little late. I will say I don't know if it's the adapter that is RCA to HDMI or if it's the capture card that makes this look kind of terrible.
He hits it hard up the
Wow,
middle.
there's their first hit.
He's on with a leadoff single.
Not great. Not a great start there. Well, we are going to hear a little bit of music, which I'm okay with that. The songs in here are so good. I think I need to add the
Fastball
music
for a
back.
strike.
It's just
Pitcher
too
doesn't
good,
win
and I'll
games by
talk
striking out
about
every batter he faces.
Probably hum along to a bunch of it.
Here's the pitch. The pitch is hit to left field.
Let's get you in there.
Ginter makes the routine
that's
catch.
not exactly great. You don't want it to be in the red with that. That's
The next batter is
stop rolling.
Rolling.
Not a guy you want to be facing really at all.
Strike call.
This guy's a stud, Kuiper. He expects to be on that mound all the way till the 9th inning every time.
And
Hit towards the
Right.
shortstop.
let's see. Double play.
Good hard slide at second.
Yeah.
The runner was
No.
on the second baseman like a freight train, but he
think
kept
he
his
was safe
concentration and
first.
still got the runner at first.
Oh no, they got.
After
That's
one
double
inning,
play,
no
great.
score here.
Usually it says double play on there.
Leading
so
off the
I'll take it.
second, Lyle Overbay. Unlike many lefty
got a
batters,
really
he has some success
Open
against
stance.
left-handed pitchers.
Oh,
Kuiper's quick reaction.
means it was
allowed him to
timed
play
well.
that line drive. Nice play.
right at him. Not gonna do much with
That
that.
one's a strike.
He's the kind of
I'm
guy
not expecting
managers
to win
just
by
love.
20.
His pitching relievers usually get the night off.
Okay, well,
First baseman makes the catch.
not much you can do
That's
about
a great
that.
play on a very tough line drive.
Ginter.
That's one of the toughest balls in baseball to judge.
Fouled it off. Can't get rid of that black bar on the bottom. I don't know why that's the case.
Leiter misses with a fastball.
This dude's been skating on thin ice all day with the amount of ugly balls he's been throwing. Let's see if they're finally going to make him
And
better.
that one is bobbled, but
That retires the
out.
side.
1, 2, 3 in order.
Heading into-
Not great.
Up next, Willie Stargell.
Up to the first inning.
Ground ball hit to
That
short.
works.
One down.
I have a left-handed throwing shortstop.
Next up, Carlos Pena.
It's kind of hilarious.
Hit towards the shortstop.
Katie Roy again.
Got him.
Great play.
Stepping in, Vernon Wells. Zito throws him with a fastball strike.
Tells me this one's going to be a pitcher's duel.
He delivers.
Up here.
Wells
Okay, maybe I
with a
shouldn't have done
frozen rope to center.
Well,
He's on with a 2-out single. Next at the plate,
Bobby Crosby.
Crosby.
There's a lot of colds in this. Not
That's
that
strike one.
fast for a
Walks are few and far between when this dude's on the hill.
safe. I don't even know. Who is on? So which one? It's the Z and up. There we go. Okay, Vernon Wells, who's not that fast. You have to hold down Z for these menus. I didn't know they existed for years. They're not. I don't think they're in the manual. Granted, I don't know if the manual even mentions some of that stuff. That's a
Gets
good-looking
the call
curveball.
for a strike.
Right through the zone, and then high heater inside. Let's do it. High and tight. Give him the heater,
And
Barry.
3 pitches, he's gone.
Strike 3.
After
We'll
2,
take
no
it.
score. Leading off the third, Jose Molina.
See what he
Southpaw
does.
pitchers are extra
This one
cautious
was
when this
through.
guy digs in.
Is it going to drop? It does. Great.
Base
Got ourselves
hit
a
to
hit.
lead off the inning.
Lead off base
Oh,
runner.
that ball
2.5
high.
hours
He
in
did
this.
not hit it
Let's
hard.
go.
Find some grass. It touches down for a sweet base hit.
Okay.
Pickoff attempt.
Good thing I made those automatic. Oh,
There's a strike.
Kuiper, I know the infielders are thinking too, but they're going to need a pretty well hit ground ball here because this guy
Fouled off,
flies out of the
okay.
batter's box.
no batting gloves. So this game you could only do. Oh, I didn't think that was
Hey,
coming.
he showed some real stuff to get that strikeout.
The next batter is
Top of the
Lou
order now?
Brock.
Must be
He
in
put
that.
that pitch
I
right
was
when the
so
catcher
late.
called for it. The batter was simply overmatched.
Slider, and I was too early. Well, let's see. Third time's the charm, maybe.
Rolled out
Oh,
to
I hit
short.
it.
Gathers it in
That's
with
gonna
his
be
glove.
2.
The runner is bearing
Oh,
down
no.
on second base.
Safe.
That's a fielder's choice.
Lou Brock is fast. And we're going to have Lou Brock steal second against the lefty.
Brock is taking off.
Hit and run. That was a good idea. If only that had been, hit over the fence or something.
Pickoff play at first base.
Phew.
Throws over to first again. Fouls it off.
Fouled it off. 93. Got that
Line
Sheffield.
drive hit back up the middle.
Let's get you to third, Brock, because you're fast. Great. Runners on the corners,
He's
2
on
down, right?
first with a base hit.
Yeah, 2 down.
These guys are really running the bases well. That aggressiveness really showed as the runner went from first to third on
The runner at first is off.
That's easy enough. Oh!
Half a step.
I thought he was safe.
Right there to get the would-be base stealer.
Darn it.
After,
Well, that was silly.
up next, Bernie Williams.
Let's see if we can do
Left-handed
that.
pitchers won't be worried too much about this hitter.
Great. Let's go with the curveball and then the changeup in the same spot for strike 3.
Swing and a miss. This past season, he had 262 with 22 long balls and 70 runs batted in.
Okay, great.
Gathers it in with his glove. One away.
Done. That was easy.
Next up, Brad Osmus.
Former manager.
That one is driven deep to left field.
But it's
A little
foul.
too early, and he pulls it foul.
I always love diving with the guys when you clearly have no chance. He's really looking to pull. Let's
And here's the
something
pitch.
outside. Ooh.
There's a long drive. Way back and out of here.
Yep, I gave him a meatball and he did not miss. It was right in the hot zone. I could watch the replay on the screen.
What an impressive swing of the bat.
Stepping in, Jeff Kent. The pitch is taken out to right.
Get there, Willie Mo. Great.
Pena puts it away.
That one was hit pretty far. So let's see now.
This righty hasn't figured out the art of hitting, and he struggles mightily at times.
He's not very good. That's another thing. They have cheers. There's like all these little details in the game
Didn't
that
get good wood on that
I
one at
think
all.
we're. Oh, that's fair? What?
He's on
Such
first with a
cheap
base hit.
single.
Next at the plate, Scott Rowland. Swung through that ball down.
Let's keep getting pitches like that. That's what we want to see.
Chased one up at the letters.
Just make sure. Okay. Fastball. Let's do a fastball here.
Chop back to where it came from.
First
And
base,
that's the
great.
final out of the inning with one
Got
man
out of
left
the inning.
stranded.
Sucks that we're losing now.
He's up there in search
I
of
don't
his
know what
second
I'm
hit of
gonna
the
be able to
game.
get hitting.
Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0.
That was outside.
And
Oh,
a
another
strike.
one I shouldn't have swung at. Ugh. Timed it right, I think.
On the
Okay,
ground.
Nope, not through. Not through.
There's an out.
That's-
Kent made a nice throw right there. Straight and
Billy
right
can
on the
hit.
target.
Oh, meatball
Liner
line.
right at the second baseman.
Oh,
Hey, there's a good example of that infielder taking away a base hit on a line
bad
drive. Good play.
luck.
Oh, what a catch.
He just
Am
put
I
his
just gonna
glove
hit
up
all
to
line
protect
drives
himself, and
right
he caught
at
the ball.
guys?
Happy birthday.
If that's gonna happen,
Going
I'm not
into the
gonna
bottom of the next batter is Willie Stargell. The fielder is retreating
Okay, well that's gone.
off the wall.
Oh no, it's not. Great.
That's a double.
Okay.
That's a tough
There.
hit right there. Pitch inside to the opposite field.
Up next, Carlos Pena.
You've got to be kidding
Get
me.
on the line the other way.
That was
He's
an
on his way to
outfield
the
zone.
plate.
That was a good pitch.
And a run scores.
Back-to-back doubles.
That's an RBI double.
Not a great.
That's a
Start
nice
with
at
that.
bat right there. He got that run home and he ended up in scoring position himself.
Runner on second with no one out.
Just needs to focus on getting a base hit here to drive that runner in from second.
Okay, good. And that would have been called a strike anyway. To the right here. Fastball.
It's hit out
Okay.
towards short.
Great. Nothing the guy can do.
Got
to
him.
get home, so that's good. Stays at second.
Next up, Bobby Crosby. Fly ball hit deep to center field.
Oh, come on. I was in the circle. What the hell? This sucks.
A run scores.
Hey, does a great job of knocking the
Sorry,
run. Look at this,
I
they're still threatening.
Stepping in, Bernie Williams.
That should have been caught.
It's hit out towards short.
Oh, let's get him out.
Got him for the out.
Swing this second.
Next at the plate, Brad Osmus.
Osmus homered.
One
Last
ball
inning,
and no
right?
strikes.
Look for the runner to hold a third if it's hit to the center fielder. He throws strikes to the catcher with ease.
Up the middle.
Oh, great. Let's see if we get there.
That
Oh,
hit
we
for the
got
White
him.
Sox in the fourth inning.
Got him. Let's see, can I clip that? I'm gonna see how that works. Because at least we got him at home plate. That's great. I want to see the replay on the
With 5
stream.
innings left to play, the White Sox
I'm flipping
lead
that, 'cause
by
that's
3.
too good.
The next batter is Brandon Inge.
Out. I should probably pause the game.
Hit towards first base.
I'm gonna pause the game for a second. Clip that 30-second clip. That should be what I want to see here.
Gathers it in with his glove.
And
That's the first out.
now,
Up next, Keith Ginter.
all right, Ginter. Weakly hit. Why did I
Gathers it in
swing
with his
first
glove.
pitch?
2 down.
Kent made it look easy on that out at first, guy.
I'm not
He
gonna
steps
win
in
if I
with
just
one base hit
swing
already
first
today.
pitch. And it's crappy and
Hit
then
towards
do
second
stuff
base.
like that.
Lighter
I'm
for
ready
the
to go back to
1-2-3
rookie.
inning.
I have not played this
After
game.
4.5, the Indians trail by
usually
3.
manage. It's a lot quicker.
Stepping up to the plate with a single already,
Whatever.
Jeff Kent.
This could be a long day for this guy. He's got nothing on the mound right now.
Yeah, you're not kidding
Looks
if
one
that's
to
fair.
left.
Foul. Good. Let's change it. We're going to change it to rookie after this inning because
The center fielder
I
glides
would like
under
to
this
not
one.
lose,
He's got it.
and I'm not beyond doing that. So
Made a nice pitch there to get the fly ball. Nice work.
Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat.
all right.
Deep fly ball to left field. Ginter should have no problem.
Oh my God!
He's headed to second.
That's right. The controls are not the best. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Triple.
Safe on the play.
Are they calling that an error?
As soon as that ball came off his bat, he was thinking about extra bases. Once he got past second, there was no turning back, and he turned it into a triple.
Out. Rollins up. This is not a good.
Take slow. Like most righties,
You know,
he
I
loves
think I'm going to
facing
switch
off against
automatic
left-handed
fielding
pitching.
because clearly I cannot field very well.
Runner on third with 1 out. And now it's 1
Just
ball and
automatic
1
fielding
strike.
and rookie because I don't want to lose, but also I feel like I might still lose. Ooh, that's gonna drop. Oh, I should
A
not
little
have
too
dove.
early, and he pulls
I
it
could
foul.
have gotten it had I not dove. I thought it was coming down quicker than it did. Ooh, that was another good pitch. Let's see if he bites on something that's out of the zone. No, he doesn't. Let's do another pitch.
Hit into right field.
Someone's gonna have to come home with it.
Pena makes the routine catch.
Oh, good. He didn't go, so there may be a chance to get a 0 in this inning.
Hey, partner, he may not want to think about this game for a while. It hasn't exactly been a shining moment in his career.
Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0.
Weakest throw to third we can. He's safe.
This southpaw hitter picks up the ball pretty well off lefty pitchers.
I would hope he did if he was, Hall of Famer. It's gonna be weird seeing like Babe Ruth like 800 career homers, more than that potentially.
The key to scoring a lot of
Record
runs is
books are
cashing
gonna
in
be
with runners in
broken.
scoring position. Let's see if this guy can cash in this guy on third base.
And we'll reset and do it again.
Ball. Let's see. Let's do a change up blown away instead of a curveball. Just outside.
And it's low.
2 hours and 45 minutes in this stream. Oh!
And now it's a full count.
Just low.
And he fouls this one back. What a terrific at bat.
Pitch number 8 here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Man. 8-pitch strikeout to end the inning.
With 4.
That's great. Let's
Next up, Sean
make a couple
Figgins.
changes here. Game options. Let's change fielding from manual to automatic because I clearly stink. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to change that. No. Game options. Gameplay options. Playing on wheel.
Kent makes
Doesn't
the
seem to
routine
matter.
catch. Stepping in, Lou Brock. Grounded
Nope.
to third. 2 out.
Not good enough. I need to hit a homer with him. That might have been the pitch to hit.
He belts it
That's
way
the
back,
homer.
Way back and gone.
412 to left.
From the second that ball comes off the bat, everybody knew it was out of the yard. That was a shot. Roy didn't make great contact, but that ball just kept going and going and going. That is sweet work to get the solo jack.
At bat with a single, Willie Mo Pena. Fastball for a strike.
Not a pitch I should have swung at. I will say, I'm really bad at hitting in the show.
Driven to center
Okay,
field.
that's good. Another single for him. That's fine. 2 singles. We'll take it.
He's
Take
on
it.
first with a base hit.
Well, his cutter's really not doing a
Rocco
whole lot right
down.
now. He's paying the ultimate price.
Baldelli hits one to deep center.
Deep center, but
Wells
not
should
deep
have no
enough.
problem. Makes the catch
That was
to
the third
record
out.
the
So
out.
at least we got on the board.
Going
that's
into the
good.
bottom of the 6th. Next
Bottom
at
of
the
the
plate,
6th.
Carlos
55% stamina. I'll warm somebody up next half inning.
This lefty is not hanging around because he hits for a high average.
Let's get the curveball going here.
Pulls it foul.
Doesn't really matter what I do because I don't have manual fielding now.
0-2 pitch. Out of play.
I should at least do assisted fielding, maybe. Not worth it.
Here's the pitch.
Not worth it at this point.
Caught by the shortstop.
I have to field. I have to field. I should field. We're gonna have fielding back to manual. Not MVP, good lord.
The next batter is Vernon Wells. He inside outs the pitch to the right side.
And that's
Cito
easy
makes
enough.
the grab for the out.
Why not? Just for fun.
Up next with a double today, Bobby Crosby. There's strike one.
Miss.
That curveball broke right through the strike zone. The batter just couldn't touch it.
Let's go with a changeup. Not a problem with fastball for strike 3. Not strikes 1 or 2.
Hit to the right side.
There is no strike 3.
He's out.
Sometimes they'll go to the bag. Sometimes
After
they
6
decide to
innings, the
tag
score is 3-1.
It's fine. See
Up
what we can do
next,
here.
Lyle Overbay.
Oh, that's it. Well,
Line drive to
that
right
should be-
field.
That's in the gap. That should be a double.
He's around first.
Stand-up double. Great.
A double.
Good swing, good hustle, and a
We
little
are going
luck
to pause the
contributed
game
to
for a
that
second
base
here
hit.
before we get
Super
a
job.
Inge.
Next
have
up,
guns
Brandon
to
Inge.
Warm-up pitchers. Let's see. Who do we want to warm up? For the 7th, let's warm up. Who's young? Doesn't say. They don't do age. Both big guys. Let's warm up Ray King. Let's do it.
The tying run is in the on-deck circle.
Ginter 0 for 2.
Back
Hey,
up the
there we
middle.
go. I'm going to just keep him at third. I'm not going to chance it here.
Single.
Who knows with the pickoffs and stuff.
Stepping in, Keith Ginter.
Ginter can hit lefties. Oh. Yes, he can hit lefties.
And the run comes home.
Got ourselves a 2 RBI
The tying
double.
run crosses the
This
plate.
game is
He
tied.
not only did he get himself 2 RBIs on that double, but he put himself in great position to score if somebody else can get a hit.
Okay.
Molina gets ahead 1 ball and no strikes. The delivery. Just out of the fielder's reach.
I thought that was through.
They make the play at first.
Nice play.
Go-ahead runs only 90 feet away now, big boy.
They got
The
2
White
guys
Sox
on
are getting their bullpen ready.
Troy Hawkins, okay.
They're pulling the infielders in.
Let's see if we can
Next
get
at the
lead.
plate, Sean Figgins.
I was late. I was way
Deep fly
late.
ball should be good enough to score that runner on third base.
Should I try
This batter is no
bunting it?
slouch when he bats against southpaws.
Yeah, since that was a strike now. If it was 1-1, I would do it. Maybe I'll get the chance. Oh, good.
He hits one on a line the other way.
Let's see. Maybe I can get to
The
third with
go-ahead
this.
run scores.
I'm going to do it. Let's see if we can get to third.
He's
Oh, I should
out.
have slid. I might have been safe if I
The
slid.
corners are close to the line.
I forgot that it doesn't automatically slide.
Brock takes his turn at bat.
Let's just see if we can hit a homer with Blue Brock.
He got
We
under it
cannot.
and popped it up.
But we have a lead.
Third out, we
So
go to the
that's
bottom
okay.
of the inning. All right, everybody, up on their feet.
Stretch
Time
time.
for the 7th inning stretch.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to
could
get up.
use a bit of a break.
I think I'm going to be out of the camera's view. I'm going to stand up. Yeah, I'm out of the camera's view. You can see more of my shirt.
The next batter is Bernie Williams.
Sitting for just 3 hours. How much stamina does he have? He's got 44 stamina. I'm thinking. Let's ride it. Let's ride him and see what he can do here. Actually, yeah, let's keep going. Still got enough stamina to go a little longer.
Curveball down and in for a strike.
Let me just go to let me go to raw strategies and make sure that King is. Wait, isn't there a way to do? Oh wait, no, that's just that's right. I'm thinking of the show. The show lets you pick how you warm up your pitchers. Have them ready and waiting.
0-2 count.
Tossing, stretching, and tossing. Here it's a little different, so he's actually using up some of his stamina in the bullpen.
In
That's
makes
good,
the
eh?
catch for the out.
Oh,
At bat with a single, Brad Osmus.
hey, that
This
works.
batter knows how to
Take it.
execute against
Take
lefty
the
pitching.
strikeout. Curveball.
Hit towards second
Popped it
base.
up. Great. Okay, let's get him in the circle and stopping him.
Figgins
Great.
squeezes it for the out.
Wonderful.
Stepping in 1 for 3, Jeff Kent. Fouled away to the right. He could be the go-ahead run.
Let's see here.
Hit towards second base.
No, he's not going to be the go-ahead run.
Zito
That's an out.
retires the side in order.
And I think we need to. Oh wait, it is this. That's right. Sit him. Okay, there we go. I think that did it. Get my dugout now. My bullpen. Great. Warm up pitchers. Let's pick a pitcher. Let's warm up. Let's warm up Farnsworth. I think we'll go 7 innings is a good opening day start. That was a meatball.
Pitcher failed to execute on that pitch, and the ball ended up fatter than a Thanksgiving turkey. But apparently the batter was full because he did it.
No chance to get
Well, we'll
that
take
one.
another homer from
Way
Roy.
out of here.
386 to left.
He knew that one was gone the second he hit it. What a shot.
The White Sox bring in a new pitcher. The new pitcher, Wayne Franklin.
Also a lefty.
When this guy steps in against
So not
left-handed
gonna pinch
pitching,
hit anybody.
he expects results. Up next, Rocco Baldelli.
Oh, he got away with that pitch right there, Kite. That batter's got to be ticked off at himself.
It's hit out to center.
Man, Baldelli hits it hard and far, but not...
Wells makes the routine catch.
Kite, every day can't be Christmas. This guy needs his head back in the dugout. Keep on trying next time he
Okay,
gets out
that works. That's in the gap. Let's get him. That's another double.
He's rounding first.
Stop him at second. Stand up double.
Overbay has himself a two-base hit. This guy's a tough out against southpaw pitching.
That's why I put him in there.
Line drive
Hey,
the
let's
other
go.
way.
See, playing on rookie, I can handle.
That's a
Oh my
single.
God, why wouldn't you guys go? I literally hit the...
A run crosses the plate.
It's fine. Whatever. We got the double. That's what matters.
Next up, Keith Ginter.
Gonna
Line
be out of the
drive
safe
hard
situation
up the
here in a
middle.
second.
He's around third.
Oh yeah, that was...
That'll
Oh,
do
he's
it as
out.
we go to the bottom of the inning.
I need to remember to slide, but I was so worried. I was like, oh, let me get the guy to second and make sure the throw's not cut off. And so that was silly of me.
Score
I think if I
two
slid, I
that
would've been
half
safe.
inning.
That's okay. We're going to put in Farnsworth. He is a right-handed pitcher. That's what I see. Farnsworth in.
This is a good move, Kite, because right-handed hitters have some trouble picking up off-speed pitches from right-handed pitchers.
Hey, that's good. They like what I did.
He hits it towards first.
Good. Let's get there.
He puts it away in foul territory. Stepping in, Scott Rowland.
Okay.
Last season, he batted .314 with 34 home runs and 124 runs batted in.
Hey,
He'll
there
pick
we
it up
go.
on a
Oh,
roll. They
Yeah,
got him
cool.
at first. Easy
so
play,
extra
and he's
coverage
out.
place.
Stepping in 1 for 3, Willie Stargell. The pitch. Line drive right to the second baseman. He's on first with a base hit.
Sometimes the Emperor still stays safe.
Stepping in 1 for 3, Carlos Pena. Swing and a miss on the pitch on the corner.
Okay. Let's go with fast. 96. I'll take that. Change up. Ooh, that's not in a good spot. Is that going to fall? It is going to fall. That was my concern. Oh my God, he's going
He's caught
home.
between bases.
Whoa. Here we go.
Tagged
Got
out in
him.
the rundown.
Got him in the
With
pickle.
1 inning left to play, the Indians lead by 3. Up next with
that.
one single already, Jose Molina.
I'll take it.
Kite, this is a battle of nerves
Ooh.
right now.
Didn't
was
like
not
that
a
one, and
good,
it's a ball, 1-0.
not a good one. Nope.
2-0.
That was a purpose pitch. A changeup off the plate, hoping the batter would go chasing.
I should not have swung at that 2-0, but that's okay. We got to first safely. Great.
Base hit to lead off the inning. Up next with
Put
an
in a
RBI
radio,
in the
start
game,
pinch hitting
Sean,
guys, but-
pickoff play.
Part of this would be a great time to lay one down and move that runner over.
God, wait,
Hit
it's like they're
deep
talking like
to
it's
center
2005.
field.
Oh, wait.
Puts it away for the out.
That's right, because it literally is 2005.
Never in doubt.
Brock
Next
0
at
for
the
4.
plate,
Jeez.
Lou Brock. 1 on and 1 out.
Let's get him
Hits
to
a
hit
line
him.
drive the other way.
Leroy with 2 homers.
The ball was
Ooh,
hit the other
well,
way
not
to the
3.
right side. Out at first base.
Was
Going
really
into the bottom
bad.
of the ninth, Cleveland leads by
Oh, and I
3.
forgot to warm up my closer.
This guy isn't great against
We're gonna-
right-handed pitching, but he does all right.
Pitcher substitution. Warm up pitchers. That's warm up J.C. Romero. Great. Mound
Action
visit.
in the bullpen. The manager's out to buy some time.
Positive reaction, okay. I don't know if that actually
Pitcher
makes a
really
difference or
needs to
not.
slow
Oh my
down
god,
and
we're hitting
refocus.
3
Seems like that trip to
hours.
the mound came just at the right time.
Holy moly. Can't believe it. Let's see now. So let's go to our bullpen. Romero's almost ready. Just gonna put him in. It's fine. He's the closer. He needs
And
to
here
save.
comes the hook. They've brought in the closer, J.C. Romero.
Back to a lefty.
He got under it and popped it up.
Figgins is fast and he's under it.
He's got it for the
Number
out.
1. Great. If this isn't
Stepping in 1 for 3.
Okay, it is the
Bobby Crosby.
He has a lot of pitches. He was pretty good. He was decent in Minnesota, I want to say, and then pretty good in Philly? Is the closer there?
On the ground.
Okay,
He
got
flips it to
that.
the pitcher
Romero
covering.
covering
The
first. Great.
Chicago White Sox are down to their final out.
Okay.
The next batter is Bernie Williams. Swing and a miss.
Doesn't he do music nowadays? I think he does.
Hit towards the shortstop.
Okay, shortstop, lefty shortstop to
And
first
that's
base.
the ball
We got
game.
it. Got ourselves a W on opening day.
Zito is the winner. Leiter is the loser. J.C. Romero gets the save. The final score, Cleveland 6, the Chicago White Sox 3.
Let's look at the, well, let's quit and then look at the box score in the other menu. Prefer doing it that way. Wonder if we were at home. I doubt it. No, we weren't. What am I saying? I wonder if we were at home. We were the road team all game. Idiot. More than 3 hours streaming. I guess that'll do that to me. So obviously, Katie Roy, 3 hits, 2 homers. Great stuff. A couple of runs scored for Overbay. RBI and a run for Inge. Run and 2 RBIs for Ginter. Everybody had a hit but Baldelli and Brock. Not great. That's okay. Katie Roy caught stealing. Had 11 hits. And then, yeah. That's about it. 7 innings, 3 earned for Zito. Gets the win. Farnsworth with a hold, which wasn't a save in here, I don't think. That's good. Let's see, what's the inbox say? Don't care. Do they finance a screen? Yes. So we're actually going to advance to next day. And then let's look at our team finances, daily finances. Yeah, we get 179 and change there. So we lose 281,000 every day that we're on the road, and we lose like $500,000 every day that we aren't playing. So we're already like $1 million in the hole after like 3 days. Yes, we're going to save the profile, and then we're going to save the mode. And then that's going to be it for the night, because I've been streaming for like 3 hours, and I should go to bed. Don't know the next time I'll stream. Sometime next week for sure. I do have some other things I want to get done. I have work I want to do, so that'll take some priority at least tomorrow. But then we'll see. Yeah, let me just save this and then save it again to be safe. Because that was fun. Go back here. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger because we're done with the stream here. As you can see, I'm staring at the monitor where I can see Streamlabs, but the camera's over here in between my laptop and the television. So that's done. Great. Actually, that's a weird thing that like you just turned off consoles, old consoles. There, power button, done. Gamecube. Bye-bye. And then that's that. But yeah, I think that's good. That's a good start to our big owner mode. We'll see what happens. We'll probably sim a bunch of games and see how things are going as we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am tired, and that was fun. 95 round draft, and we did every single one. You add in the 10 rounds, 105 rounds of drafting with the 10 rounds for the staff. That's a lot. But we made it. We made it to opening day. We're 1-0, and so far so good. We'll see what happens. Thank you for tuning in, whether it was live or on the archive. That's awesome. I appreciate it. The next time I stream, I think I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Red randomized Nuzlocke. So far, we have 3 badges, which is great to start out. We have 3 badges. I don't know why I'm doing this instead of this. 3 badges so far on that. We'll see. 3 hours of streaming. Pretty good. If you need some content, especially if you're a Browns fan, you want to watch something else because they're not on till, Sunday night. Might as well. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I don't know the next time, but if you follow me on Twitter, I'll let you know. I post out maybe sometimes ahead of time, but I definitely post when I am live. I definitely post then. So, and you see, I'm streaming for a while sometimes. So, didn't expect this to be a marathon stream, but 3 hours. Definitely made a lot of progress. Fingers crossed, maybe Cleveland can win the 2005 World Series. Rewrite some history. Why not? Thanks for tuning in, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, follow, and I'll see you next time.